It was a long time to be able to be here for 24 hours. We're back in again. What's wrong with us? Why are we doing this again?
I don't know, man. Maybe you like the pain, but
right.
as Acolyte of Pain would say. But at the same time, I love sealed events. I love that feeling when you can play like with a fresh account. You get some packs. You get that excitement going on, and I look forward to opening packs. Like how players will open the packs with me. There will be a Dr. Boom and Hernandez like last time. There was some really cool highlights.
It's very organic what we do here. In the end, they start with fresh accounts and they climb the ladder as fast as they can in the period of time. And we have some of the old faces. We do have some players who are returning. We do have some players who are also new, as well as some new casters. Monk, you're joining us for the first time. It's our first time in Sweden. Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, I'm definitely enjoying it. I think the only time I've been in Sweden before is maybe when I went to my local IKEA. So it's definitely fun to be there.
The closest thing to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, you're half Swedish already just by able to identify everything here. We've had a good time so far, and it's going to get even better. We're going to be here for 24 hours, and we're going to explain how everything is going to happen. For anybody who didn't get to tune in to the previous edition to Play It Cool, we have these players start on fresh accounts, as we just mentioned, and they climb as fast as they can, but they only can use one class. But we're going to be mixing up a little bit. In fact, we're going to just go ahead and show you what's going to be different this time around. What we're going to have is each player locks in for a class for 12 hours. The second 12 hours, they can play an additional class if they choose so. It's going to end up being 2 classes that they can play throughout the entire time. They're going to be a drafting process. We randomly selected the players into the order, and they're going to choose them from positions 1 to 4, and then from 4 to 1 for the second half. So you don't feel like one player just gets screwed. If we continue to go on to the rules, you're also going to see that each player will begin at the same time. We don't want them to get an advantage at all, and the competition will continue for 24 hours with mandated breaks. We don't want them to be too exhausted, right, Lothar?
Of course.
So we're going to have regulated breaks throughout the entire time. But at the end of the contest, whoever's highest on the ladder, including rank number and stars, assuming they don't skip the legend this time around,
stars to count.
they'll get 5,000 prize pool and be crowned the champion. If they are tied, they will be playing a best of 3 as well. Also, we do want to note that if they somehow randomly encounter each other on ladder, they will play a match just as they will be in ladder, and whoever wins gets to choose a card that their opponent has to disenchant. That's where it really gets interesting. Like Dr. Boom, like Antonius, etc.
Yeah.
This is the part where it gets really fun too. They're going to be earning packs throughout the entire duration of 24 hours. They can do so by getting 3 per hour as a normal standard, as well as dueling other players, which we'll explain later, social media, some catch-up mechanics. We'll explain it all throughout the process, but the players get to choose what packs they want. If they feel like they want more TGT, more GVG, it gets really exciting when you start thinking about all the different strategies, because again, they don't have access to the full collection. They have to be very selective with what they choose.
Of course, and I would like to know how the players will approach this, because last time they were preparing a lot. They were actually preparing a lot. I remember Reynad discussing the strategy for this, and that he should go on priest and those packs. Other players were like, I think that's not a good strategy, and I would really like to see how it would work now. But it's a draft, so it's different.
Yeah, the hilarious thing is that every player comes with a different strategy, and they're forced upon it because each class selection is exclusive. If you ban a class, of course, no one can play it, and if you choose a class, no one else can play that class either. So it's really interesting. Nimsh, what rules are you excited for this time around?
Well, I'm really excited for the pack openings, but we have this new rule, which is kind of like a tournament. So they will have to duel against each other, and I'm really hyped up for that because, random encounters, they may happen, they may not happen, but if we actually make the players play against each other, that's something really cool to see.
Yeah, that's right. We're going to force these players to periodically check in and play an opponent, and that's going to mix it up a lot because that means one player will be forced to disenchant cards, and that ruins the strategy, especially if it's a strategy hinged upon a very powerful card. People are looking at Mysterious Challenger Paladin, for example. How does that function without the Mysterious Challenger? Monk, what kind of twists and surprises do you think these rules really introduce to the format?
Yeah, there's a lot of cool rules that we've introduced this time. One of them is that players get to switch the deck that they play in the middle of the broadcast. So let's say they pick decks that are really good in the beginning of the broadcast, decks that have basic cards that are really strong. strong. Shaman is a good example. Fire Elemental, of course, a very good card. In the later stages of the contest, they can pick like the all-out decks, like Mysterious Challenger Paladin, Aggro Druid, some of the top decks of the ladder.
After they collect some dust, some packs, they can pick and choose. But remember, they're locked into what they choose for the first 12 hours, followed by the second 12 hours. Last time it was free to play based off whatever was banned for you, and that might change this time around. So with that, let's go ahead and meet our first two players that's going to be introduced to you for this 24-hour streamathon.
My name is James Kostasij, and my gamer name is Firebat. I grew up in Michigan, in the United States, and play Hearthstone.
My name is Janne Mikkonen. I'm 27 years old. I'm from Finland. My gamer ID is Savjz. I play for Team Liquid.
I love Hearthstone just because it's really easy to play, it's easy to get into. There's a really great community around it, all the players are really great, and I think that's really important in the game.
I have background in poker and Magic the Gathering. I played some computer games like League of Legends and that kind of stuff. So it's just all melted together in Hearthstone. It was perfect for me. Playing computer game, playing a card game at the same time, and I just fell in love with the game.
Me and Savjz are probably the more tournament-oriented players, whereas the other players are more streamer-oriented. So yeah, we probably hold each other as harder competition because we played against each other a lot more in tournaments and stuff. I haven't really played against the other guys in tournaments too much.
I'm gonna defend my title. I'll be able to do it, but Firebat is very dangerous. I want everybody to pick their own favorites. If I'm not somebody's favorite, I'd hope that they're gonna vote for the other person. I think that in the end, I just want people to get excited about Hearthstone and have a good time watching any stream, whether it's mine or somebody else's.
That's right, Firebat is the newcomer. Savjz comes in as the reigning champion. Both really scary players for obvious reasons. Savjz, we didn't really expect him to be in it to win it last time because he was actually down and out, and then made a big climb with the Mech Shaman, followed by Firebat, who comes in as probably the strongest overall ladder player out of this competition of four. Both these guys I can see winning the whole thing, Lothar.
For me, Firebat is the strongest one here. He has a lot of ladder experience when it comes to playing the really powerful decks to actually get legend as soon as possible. When players like Savjz or Forsen, they stream most likely for the entertainment value, right? So they stream
that's right.
Malagos Shaman, or do they
shenanigans pirate rogue, and it's is that how good is that supposed to be? Well, at least for the entertainment factor, like you said. Do you have any cutting edge insight as Savjz is on Team Liquid along with you, Monk?
Well, I've talked to Savjz recently. I talked to Firebat a lot recently, just before this tournament. And I think Firebat is probably by far going to be the player that's most prepared. He actually thought about all the strategies beforehand, whereas some of the other players, they're just coming into it. They're looking to have a good time.
All right, well, Firebat does have an edge when it comes to banning things. It suits his strengths in terms of preparation. But we'll see if he can take down two other players who are coming in as dark horses, but they're not to be underestimated too much because they also can be a threat. It's Forsen and Reynad.
My name is Sebastian Forsen Force, and I played Hearthstone since release, basically. Been a streamer for 1.5 years and had some tournament achievements.
My name's Andre, known as Reynad in the gaming world. I was born in Ukraine, lived most of my life in America, and started playing Hearthstone in closed beta about 2 years ago.
I started playing Hearthstone because I was studying and I didn't really have time to play StarCraft 2 professionally anymore. So Hearthstone was a good natural transition because it was a Blizzard game and you can pretty much always trust Blizzard.
The nice thing about Hearthstone is it's one of the better viewing experiences for a game to stream. There's a lot of downtime, so you can talk with your community, and it's very easy to follow and learn, so most people know what's going on, unlike in some more complicated games. So it has a lot of strong things going for it, and again, you can play on your cell phone when you're on the go. It's a fun game.
My expectations are to win. I'm not gonna try hard, but the players here are pretty weak. I think I'm the strongest player for sure.
I expect to win this event. In the last one, I took a very casual approach, playing things like Dragon Priest, out of kind of frustration with the ban system. And I don't really feel like I gave it my all, but this time I feel like all do very well.
Reynad chances are, I mean, pretty slim, I think. Last time he went on full tilt and he came in last place. I don't think he's on par with other players.
All right, already some fighting words tossed between Reynad and Forsen. Well, mainly on Forsen's side. I think Reynad was more, introspective, and I think Forsen was more, outrospective in terms of his competition field. Do you agree with some of those comments, Monk?
Well, I remember watching a video with Savjz pretty recently. Last time, Forsen made a comment about how pretty much Savjz was the only player that could really challenge him because he was the only player that was known for being good at the game. So even fighting words in the first ASUS Play It competition.
All right, well, how about you, Nibs? What do you think about the words that were said in that video?
Well, it's really interesting to see both storylines where Forsen last time he was so close to taking the tournament, but then he kind of he did rest too much, and he let Savjz actually slip past him. And then Reynad had this approach with a grain of salt, or like maybe a bucket of salt. But I'm happy that this time he's actually taking things seriously, and we might see something different than Dragon Priest. But actually, Dragon Priest this time is an
that's
okay
right.
deck.
Maybe it's not so bad this time around. In fact, it's a great ladder deck these days if you're trying to climb. Usually using your collection that you have access to a lot of heavy hitting cards. The metagame certainly has changed a lot, and we'll talk more about that in a second. But it's going to be really interesting to see how these players choose their strategies coming up. But it's also interesting to see how you guys can also stay engaged. The first thing we want to toss out is that if you're watching along, you're not just going to sit there and guide us along with 24 hours of your entire viewership. We also want you guys to be able to interact with us as well. And one of the things that we want to do this time around is to have a word puzzle challenge to see how good that you guys can watch along, but also to quiz your knowledge on Hearthstone itself. So the way it's going to happen is every 2 hours we're going to release a clue to a crossword puzzle. We're going to actually pull up a clue right now to show you exactly what we're talking about because it's hard to illustrate exactly what we're discussing here. So on screen you can see right now is clue number 7, which is the card quote. What card says, "At least I have chicken on death"? Now
that's hard.
That one's a little bit hard. It's a head scratcher. It's not angry chicken, even though I think the letters actually fit. Coincidentally enough, I don't even think you intended that as a joke, Lothar, but that's really
so smart.
That is really next level trolling. It's not angry chicken, but if you can figure out which card says this, you have the row number 7 filled in. Now, you see one vertical row that's highlighted. That is the keyword. If you can figure out what that keyword is and email hearthstone@dreamhack.se, you're eligible to win a G752 laptop. This notebook PC is ridiculous. In fact, they asked me to unbox. Oh man!
Oh my god!
It's
the
taped.
excitement.
They asked me to unbox this on stream. I'm gonna try to do it as fast as I can.
This is
with
always
my-
cringy, right?
My very spry Asian woman fingers. I don't have scissors. This is really embarrassing. We can do some teamwork.
That's how it always looks when someone's
All right.
unboxing
This is-
something,
this
right?
was
They
not-
miss the
this is not
scissors.
scripted. This is live, guys. It's not pre-recorded. All right. Well, basically, you win this really sick laptop, which we clearly thought about how to unbox on stream.
Oh, there's a taste.
It's basically the laptop that they're all streaming with at this event. Can I just rip it?
No, take the tape off.
Just give it to
take the
Lothar.
tape.
Just give it to Lothar.
Lothar. See, the funny thing is we actually went to the gym right
Use
before this as well.
Hogger actually has some like spikes here. so-
We went to the gym right before this, and now no results. We actually
No
got
results,
nothing
man.
done at the gym.
Yeah. Oh,
Got it. All right. Well, Lothar clearly used his brain and not brawn all the time. So here's a laptop. There we go. It's pretty big, guys, because size matters.
Incredible.
And the features are pretty amazing. These guys are going to be gaming for 24 hours straight. And this thing is not going to get even warm. It's going to stay cool the entire time.
so you can play it cool.
That's right. And
I
you
just got
you guys can win the same exact laptop by following along and watching and filling in that crossword. Again, hearthstone@dreamhack.se. Send in your answers, and if you're the one, they'll pick you to potentially win it. So that's why you guys gotta stay engaged. For those people who can't stick around the entire time, we're also doing some cool Twitter giveaways as well by hashtagging ASUSROG as well as hashtagging it Play It Cool. There's a bunch of prizes that are being given out, such as, for example, the Steam machine with Windows on it. That's going to be really sweet. We're giving away lots of cool stuff, so make sure to stay engaged in the entire conversation. It's pretty sweet prizes, don't you guys think?
It's awesome, and it even looks like cool.
Yeah.
See what I did there?
Even looks Pretty cool, that's right. Well, we wasted pretty much our entire pregame show segment on trying to open the box, so we're going to take a quick break, and in the meantime, show you guys how not to suck at Hearthstone. When we come back, we're going to start with our bans phases for the Play It Cool Streamathon. We'll be right back.
Well, you need to know your own deck well. You should start with one deck. Don't switch the decks all the time. Just try to master that one deck and try to learn that first. And once you just start doing well with it, then move on to other classes. If you keep switching decks, you won't do well.
Play on curve for the most part.
Watching a lot of streams, mainly me.
First of all, you have to play the best deck. There are a lot of good resources online. I've heard good things about TempoStrong.com.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Aces Play It Cool Streamathon. It's time to do our initial ban and pick phase, or the drafting phase that we like to call it. The way it's going to happen is we go down the line with the order that we randomly selected. It's going to be Firebat, followed by Forsen, followed by Savjz, rounded out by Reynad. And it's going to be ban first into pick first. And then when the 12-hour mark comes in, we're going to do the exact same thing, but opposite. Reynad's going to pick first, followed by Savjz, Forsen, and Firebat, and so forth. So, Firebat, first, before you go for your first ban, how are you enjoying Sweden so far? I don't see your Batman pajamas. Are you going to be comfortable for this 24 hours?
Yeah, that might actually cost me the whole event. The pregame was not strong here. No Batman pajama pants. But, yeah, Sweden's really good. It's just too cold for Batman pajama pants. Like, doesn't work out well. So.
All right, well, no worries. So, I guess now we go into the first ban. So, what will it be?
All right, let's take out a real heavy hitter here. We're gonna knock out Priest. I'm afraid of the Reynad's approach of Priest 2.0.
Priest as a first ban is something that I wasn't anticipating. And with that, Reynad thanks him. We're going to go ahead to Forsen. So Forsen, how are you doing? Do you feel like hometown advantage because you're only living like 5 minutes away, is it?
No, it's like 20 minutes ride with cab, but
Lord help us.
Yeah, traffic and shit. I'm actually kind of tired. Didn't sleep much tonight. I had other stuff to take care of, so
Gotcha.
I don't feeling too confident. But I'll ban Druid, you know.
Okay. Druid's a very safe pick overall. Savjz, how are you doing? You've been casting a lot. Are you ready to go back into player mode here?
Oh yeah, I'm really excited to compete. It's been a while since I competed. I've been casting more, so now it's my time to show that I can still do well.
All right, and with that, what will be the third ban?
I'm gonna ban Warrior.
All right, Warrior's off the table. That was a big shocker. I don't think anyone saw that coming. Reynad, did you see Warrior being banned at all?
I did, actually, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, you're always ahead of the meta.
Wasn't expecting to get it.
All right, so we have Priest, Druid, and Warrior banned. You get the last ban here before Firebat chooses first. What will it be?
I'll ban Rogue.
Rogue of all classes, and maybe that's a target ban. This is very interesting. Do you care to elaborate on that or not?
I'm last pick, right?
Yes.
I don't want to play it.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Classic Reynaldo. All right, so we restart the entire process, and this time, this will be the selection. Remember, once they choose this, they are locked in for 12 hours. It's not quite marriage yet, but it's kind of like the same thing. So Firebat, choose wisely.
All right. Since so many power decks have been pushed off the table, I think I'm going to have to settle with Hunter.
Oh boy, settle with Hunter. Very powerful first choice, Forsen. You didn't look really happy, but you still get to choose second. There's some really good classes available. What will it be?
I'll go Mage.
Mage. So Hunter for Firebat, Mage for Forsen. Savjz,
I'll also go mage.
you
I'm kidding.
cannot
I'm
choose
kidding.
Mage.
Okay, let me think. What do we have remaining?
We have Warlock, Shaman, and Paladin remaining.
The Warlock sounds pretty good.
All right, well, Warlock sounds good. So that leaves Shaman and Paladin for Reynad. It's a really tough one. Oh, is he actually considering the Shaman?
Yeah, well, they're both just smork decks, right? Trying to decide which one's less bad.
It's true that Monk pointed out, to the stream that there are some really good basic cards in Shaman, even though people kind of laugh at the class ultimately. Remember, everyone is starting a free deck, or a free class, excuse me.
Yeah. Man, this is actually really tough. I'm going to... It's 12 hours we have to do this?
Yes.
Jesus.
And not a minute sooner.
I don't know if I can emotionally handle that much Shaman. I'll play Paladin.
All right. Well, Reynad forgoes the Shaman pick.
And Shaman.
Even though we have people four classes. So we're going to get back to the sofa. And good luck, guys. All right. So I guess this is the point where I walk over and transition into whatever we just saw. So, guys, do we expect that? Or do we get any surprises whatsoever? Shaman not being picked doesn't really surprise me, but the bans were interesting, I think.
I'm really surprised by Hunter not being banned. Like, shocked by that. Because Face Hunter is like the fastest deck to ladder up from the ranks like 25 up to like, let's say, rank 10, right? And I predict that Firebat will be taking it by storm. He can be like, let's say in 12 hours, I predict he will be rank in between 1 to 5. In 12 hours.
You think that's definitely doable for sure, considering that Hunter doesn't need many powerful cards either. A lot of the cards that it requires are very cheap and easy to craft.
And you have alternatives, because there's a lot of cards that can do the similar strategy, but they are easily accessible. Accessible. So you have Wolf Riders, but you have also Argent Horse Riders, an example.
Right.
And you can always switch that out, like, use one of the another.
Okay. What do you think, Nibs?
I agree with both on Firebat and Hunter, but I really like Reynad's ban. So like Reynad banning Rogue and leaving himself Paladin and Shaman, I think he's getting a really good position to start with the Paladin deck, and then actually after 12 hours he'll be with an advantage because he will be the first player to pick the class. So if he works with Paladin, and I think Paladin is really good with the early common cards and with shielded mini bots, it's really easy to get like a very aggressive Paladin that can get you far in the game, and then he will pick the best class after 12 hours. So he's positioning himself really well in this competition.
Did everything go according to plan to what you think these players wanted specifically? Because, it's very interesting to see some of the most powerful classes be banned, but what would you have to choose afterwards? Yeah. But is the meta even going to be, allowing Face Hunter to be good, to be allowing Warlock to be good? Because, part of the reason is that even though Warlock's available, can you really afford a handlock deck, for example? So what do you think, Monk?
I think everyone will just be going pretty smork in the first 12 hours at least. All the decks that, all the classes that have been picked can make very smorky decks, very face decks. Hunter, of course, Zoo for Warlock. You have Aggro Paladin for Reynad, and what was the last class was Tempo Mage, or just Mage for Forsen?
Yeah, Mage.
Which can play in Tempo Mage. But not only that, but Mage also just has really good core basic cards. So all four players have set themselves up in a pretty good position.
All right, well, we're about to get started in just about 15 seconds. So once again, hashtag AcesRock, hashtag Play It Cool, and count down with us because we're about to begin. Remember, 24 hours straight, although there are breaks.
And we have pillows.
That's right. So here we go, guys. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, begin. The Aces Streamathon has continued. The second edition is about to begin. The players are going to get ready to get fired up. So, without further ado, let's go ahead and stop hopping into streams. The most exciting part of anything is being able to see the players open the packs and see what they choose to do. Because remember, they have to make choices with their time. They do have the availability of playing each adventure, but that also costs time in the 24 hours. But, as such, we will begin with some pack openings. Whose POV are we on right now? Reynad's?
We have 4 POVs, I think.
Well, I think right now we're on Reynad's POV, but yeah, we do have 4 to ultimately hop around. And remember, guys, you can watch along as well because, well, we do have people's personal streams are going to be up throughout the entire thing. So you can go to Reynad's channel, you can go to Forsen's channel, you can go to Savjz's channel, you can also go to Firebat's channel, whichever one you guys want to follow along, whether you want to do multi-streams or you can just follow the main stream here as well.
But, you like the commentary from us if you go to the personal stream. But
Yeah, that's
anyway,
right.
players have to choose the packs that they will open. So you can go either Experts packs, Goblin Gnomes packs, or the TGT, the Grand Tournament packs. And I would love to see an example, Reynad playing Paladin, to see how he will open the packs, because you have a lot of different cards in each expansion that will be good for Paladin example.
I think you go for GVG actually with the Paladin, because you want to hit the max, maybe Quartermaster as well.
Yeah.
There'll be pretty strong cards you want to hit.
Master for Battle.
There's also
Maybe.
a good question about the dust. It's like, which packs are the best to get the dust value?
It's usually the original because of the higher concentration of legendaries. And Firebat off to a
Opens
pretty
up with an epic.
interesting start. He gets a Blood Knight.
Yeah, and that would be really cool
Yeah.
as an opening epic, because it's a neutral card.
Oh,
And also you have an option to play Divine Shield creatures in Hunter, like let's say Argent Squire.
that's right.
I think a lot of it will depend on what kind of archetype they're going for. For example, Savjz, because he's building like Classic Zoo, or he should build Classic Zoo, he's going for like more the Flame Imp, so basic packs. Whereas Forsen has the Mage deck, so he might go for Mech deck. So GVG is a pretty good consideration there.
It is. Is TGT good for any specific deck that we are having here?
Oh, well, if you really want to play a dragon style of something, TGT really helped.
And
Alec here.
Oh,
Sorry for interrupting you.
yeah, I was actually kind of looking at the screen like, what did I miss? But apparently we can see it, but we're not. But Firebat's open up some packs here. He did apparently get Alec here, but it's not going to be too helpful. He just turns that into dust because
He just got a
can't do it.
Snake Trap
Dust.
actually. I
He
believe
got
Snake
Snake
Trap is
Trap.
an epic.
An epic,
Yeah.
and it's also a Hunter card, and he got an Eaglehorn Bow already.
Yeah, so that's really useful considering that the hunt. Oh wow!
Oh,
Just got,
all face hunter cards.
yeah, so Firebat
Hilarious.
just got 2 explosive traps, a freezing trap, as well as an Ironbeak Owl.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
really.
And Alakir, right?
Yep.
Oh, that's another aspect that we have to talk about. There are many secret quests,
Yeah,
many secret
hidden
achievements
quests in the
that
game.
you can do to gain the advantage, the early advantage, like this enchanting the first card, getting 100 wins, an example, for 100
Right.
gold. Another
No, the pain of disenchanting Alakir.
It's fine. 400 dust is almost it's like half the value of the Face Hunter deck itself, right? You can just craft a lot of the other cards if necessary. So Firebat might actually have a well-refined machine just to start things off. Just looking through his collection, this is kind of some of the stuff that he has available to him immediately. Again, you can't use anything that's not Hunter, but you know, one thing that also is to consider is that Firebat might not have access to Hunter most likely the next time around. He's going to be the very last pick.
And that's something I wanted to bring up. Maybe you should be like kind of weary about how do you use your dust during the early period of the game before you get the new packs, because you might not be able to use all the dust you have from the disenchantment of the deck. Like the next class you will play might not be just that good, you know.
You might actually save some packs maybe at some point when you're at the 7-8 hour mark. You might save some packs, but there are some cards you can always craft. Leper Gnomes. Every aggro deck can use them.
Exactly. And
you might be
abusive
sure-
sergeants, etc.
You might be sure that Warrior will be banned second time, Druid will be banned second time most likely, and those cards can be always disenchanted, an example.
Yeah, you can definitely do that for sure. One thing to also keep in mind is that Firebat will definitely want cards like Mad Scientist. But that's not a card that you unpack at all. It's a card that you do adventures for, and then you're able to clear it through a Naxxramas raid. In fact, does he even remember which raid wing it is? You know, one of the things that was really hilarious last time was Reynad came into this one and played Dragon Priest, and then he kind of forgot which wings he needed to clear, so he had to clear multiple ones very awkwardly, and like, oh, that's right, that's not the right one, so he wasted time doing it. And it is precious time, but ultimately it's, you know, it's time that you just don't want to be frustrated and dawdling while other people are climbing.
Oh, look at that! Firebat is disenchanting the Blood Knight.
Lifeless.
Yeah, he's just going for a specific list he has in mind for sure.
Yeah.
You guys are hyping Firebat so much, but does Firebat have experience with 24-hour streams? Because that's the key thing. Can
It's
he
true.
actually handle it physically?
Yeah, when we asked him, "Are you ready for this 24-hour stream? Have you ever streamed for 24 hours before?" His response was, "Well, I stayed up for 24 hours before. That should qualify me for this event."
Does it? That's the big question, right?
You know, it's really hard because last time we saw players like Kungan be able to outlast some players just because he was used to these types of scenarios back when he's raiding in World of Warcraft, for example.
For like a week straight.
Yeah, so fatigue does end up becoming a factor at one point. And remember at the very end of the last time we streamed here for the Play It Cool Streamathon, Forsen was tired and he didn't really want to risk playing for the idea of dropping ladder star, so he's just, I'm just gonna relax and have fun and party. That ended up costing him, but at the same time, you can't really blame players who are more tired.
Yeah, absolutely. So we're watching Firebat building the Hunter deck, and it looks pretty good already.
Yeah, 2 Eagle Horn bows, 2 explosives. He can definitely go for some basic outlines of damage. Doesn't have things like Quick Shot either, so Quick Shot is another card that you had to go through an adventure for.
But you have an easy access to that, so I don't think that's a problem.
Wolf Rider. What's interesting too is he has like flexibility to be slightly more aggressive with stuff, but then what happens if you just like get high mains too? It's like he could also play hybrid just as well as Face Hunter, and it's pretty cheap to craft because high mains are just a rare card.
It's just a rare card, and I think you should definitely consider that even if you want to play a Face Hunter deck.
Sure.
Yeah.
So he's thinking like, where's my scientist? You have explosive trap, and you don't have scientist. He doesn't have knife juggler either. Another card that's very valuable to the Face Hunter specifically.
If I remember correctly, Quickshot is a challenge card, right?
Yeah.
It is the Hunter class card that you get from Blackrock Mountain.
But it's actually the first wing of Blackrock Mountain, so
really easy to get.
Exactly.
And Hunter is one of those classes where you can be really flexible with the list. So as you guys mentioned, high mains. Basically, Firebat can juggle the deck list, whatever happens with the cards he gets. Whatever Savjz, for example, running Warlock, will not be able to jump from Zoo to Handlock easily.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys are paying attention to which cards Firebat did not disenchant, but he did not disenchant Flame Imp, Cult Master, and Stampeding Kodo. 2 of them are pretty flexible cards, but the Flame Imp, I think he's just hedging on the fact that he might have to play Warlock in the second half of the tournament.
And it makes sense to save it because it's a very cool common, and I don't think you will need 5 dust right now at this point of the game.
Not really, because considering that neutral cards that are common cost like 40 to craft, so it's a little bit hard to, really benefit off that 5 dust versus disenchanting your legendary, for example.
That's 10 commons.
It's a lot.
Yeah. If you just think about the cards that he has left in this deck, it's Quick Shot, which he can get off at Adventure, Mad Scientist, which he can get off at Adventure. What else is remaining, really?
Well, he's missing like maybe one Unleash the Hound. He doesn't have also Hunt Creeper. That's another thing that's been missing. It's pretty important, and these things kind of add up. It's just little beasts here, little staple drops here, and if you're not hitting your 2-drop as aggressively as you should, maybe he's gonna just.
There's a legendary for Forsen.
Grom. Whoa. Unfortunately, Warrior has been banned.
No one's going to expect Warrior to go through at all. If there's one class I can 100% unanimously think it's going to be banned, it's Warrior for sure.
Definitely, because it's also one of the cheapest decks to create. Patron Warrior with the Emperor and the Patron being in the same wing. It's really, really easy to craft, so I assume that no one will actually let Warrior be played.
Can you imagine if the Warsong Commander nerf actually went through, for example, during this patch, and all of a sudden Warsongs are worth so much dust? Although I believe it's actually a basic card, so you can actually dust it.
But that was
the joke.
Do you guys think that Firebat is even going to go for the next Ramos? Because if he values time, he might just build a super aggressive deck.
I think it's worth it. I think because of how much more powerful the deck becomes, you make up for the lack that you would have to play with like a River Crocodilus instead or a Bloodfin Raptor.
Well, he's going to have to commit to this deck for 12 hours, so I think he probably really, really wants to get Mad Scientist and Haunted Creepers out as soon as possible.
I think there's also a different thing you have to take into factor, because you have a really decent deck to open all the wings in any kind of adventure, and you want to get them open for the next 12 hours, not for the first one, for the second 12 hours, because if you will play if you want to switch to a mid-range deck, you will have already the wings opened with an example like a Belcher.
But how much time will it take with this deck specifically? Because he has to take this deck and open Extramas with this specific deck. Is it even good versus the bosses?
I think it's awesome. I think it's really awesome to use Face Hunter against almost every single adventure that Hearthstone is, has it in its arsenal.
Another thing to consider is that one rule we have added on to this edition of the Play It Cool tournament is that players will have to
Legendary for
duel
Reynad,
each
sorry.
other. Whoa, what do you get?
Alex Rosa,
Ooh.
And he's playing the paladin class. That's
which is not bad, but in the
it's
start, I think you
interesting.
disenchanted probably.
What's really funny too is that if you want to play more aggressive decks, because it's literally a time game, you don't want to be stuck playing control games that are really long and you end up losing. So even if there was room for control paladin, so to speak, it'd be really dangerous.
He opened Leopardome.
There it is. Telling him to have a sign. He only needs one card, which is Divine Favor. That's the card that makes it go.
Actually, if he opens Tyrion, because I was thinking like you'll disenchant almost every legendary you open from the expert set, but if you get Tyrion, even if in a very aggressive paladin deck, you can keep Tyrion.
Absolutely. So 2 epics and 1 legendary is not a bad haul for Reynad, I think.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
All right, so Firebat here is missing. We said the mad scientist. He's missing
Quick shot, and he's
shot.
missing Haunted Creeper.
Haunted Creeper. He also could hypothetically sneak in, one of those really dangerous cards like Lotheb or Leroy Jenkins as well. But those are like cards that come along with
Lotheb is an adventure card
as the
so-
game goes on. That's right. Lotheb is actually an Axramus card as well. I wonder, how early do you open Lotheb in the Wings raids? Do you remember?
Somewhere in the middle.
Wing 3, but you have all the wings open at the same time, so you just have to pick wing 3 and just go through it.
Oh, right.
But through all of the challenges, if I recall correctly, that's 4 challenges before you get the legendary from
Yeah.
that wing.
Because you have to defeat all of them.
Yeah, but if I would be Firebat here, I would definitely go to get those cards, those early cards from Naxxramas, from Blackrock Mountain, and from some class challenges.
Yeah. The more I think about it, the more I think Firebat has an advantage out of all 4 players going into the first 12 hours, since if you think about the duels, which is a rule that we've added, Face Hunter does really well against every other aggro deck, so it's my pick for Firebat to just win every single duel and get those packs from that.
Yeah, but then what if he hits like the wall of control warriors, just like playing at rank 20 just to get their golden hero portraits? I feel bad for those people. They get crushed by legendary after legendary.
So you think like Firebat will never escape rank 20? Because from till rank 20 is control warrior all
He'll
the
be
way.
fine.
I have a little more faith in Firebat, and
think
I have
it'll
a
be
lot
fine.
more faith in Face Hunter.
I think the meta is in a decent spot for Face Hunter to climb through the early ranks. I think where you start having difficulty is where decks really excel at being able to handle its early aggression. So if druids are out there like playing 2 aspirants and swipes and just completely destroys your board, you're in trouble. Control warriors have gotten much less greedy. They're playing bash nowadays to stay alive.
Which is an awesome card.
Yeah,
One
so
of my
it
favorites.
gets really tricky as you hit the higher ranks, but Firebat's not concerned about that. This is not a race to legend. It's just be higher than the rest of your opponents.
That's true.
Yeah.
Maybe he should also craft Glaive Zuka.
That's
another
a
good
nice
card.
touch. Yeah.
Yeah, Glaive Zuka seems to definitely fit in here. You don't usually see snake traps very often in these decks.
Especially without Mad Scientist.
Yeah, for sure.
But honestly, we are saying Firebat has an advantage, but I think he has even more advantage because aggressive Paladin is really popular on ladder, specifically on the lower ranks, ranks being from 25 till 5, and Face Hunter is one of those decks to counter that deck specifically.
Go, Firebat! Do
Wow.
the challenge for quick shot. Let's do this.
I think Firebat forgot that he had to make the deck before he...
Or he's gonna fight with basic decks.
Like to challenge himself.
Yeah, so he really wants quick shot, I imagine. He looks to Black Rock Mountain. There's no other card that really sticks out as like I would want this. Quick shot's pretty valuable, but if he's really looking for damage, he can just use Arcane Shot. It's 2 damage to the face.
And by
That's
the way,
true.
you can't select the wing. It seems like you have to go from wing 1.
No, you just
No,
have to
you
click
can.
on the,
I just
on the
click on
key.
the-
Click on the key so that it gets unlocked.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's us, by the way. Just kind
Hey
of
guys.
saying I wave hi to the camera.
Yeah. One thing...
Savjz is not even at the PC. That's how
That's
easy
how
it's
cool
gonna be
he
for him.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Reynad, we heard, had a little bit of issue setting up his stream as well. So let's check in with a couple of other players. I think Forsen right now, he's
look.
disenchanting some of his cards.
Spellbender.
Not really a card
Well,
you
he's
see in
playing
any deck.
Mage, right? Well,
Yeah. So how useful is Spellbender nowadays?
I think it's really useful. I think it's one of the cards that when you use it in ladder can catch people off guard, and especially if a lot of people use spare parts.
Well, the problem is that around rank 25 to rank 20, everything catches people off guard.
It is true. You have to prepare for literally anything. Mogre's champion just comes out, and you're like, what?
And you're probably thinking Mad Scientist as well, because if you get Spellbender from Mad Scientist, that's fine. But if you actually have to hardcast it on free,
yeah, I mean, you get 100 dust, which means you can craft 2 like mirror entities and have some dust left over.
Avenging Graph. Reynad had to be very jealous of Forsen having that card. Avenging
Graph's pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's 8
for early
damage.
Lothering.
so what deck do you build? Do you just go simple
mage?
Yeah.
Well, people. There are opportunities to play aggressive mage still with ice lands and sorcerers or penance, leper gnomes. Like there is ways to be aggressive with it that people don't expect. Tempo mage is the one that sticks out immediately, but even then, those cards, some of them are expensive.
Yeah.
You need, some of the late game heavy cards to really make tempo mage scale well. Otherwise, it's just basically a very aggressive mage deck. And then you also have to spend time getting flame wakers and stuff. That's the really tricky part.
That's true. And with Mech Mage, you actually can build a deck without even Mad Scientist, without the secrets.
That's right.
Just use the Flame Juggler for the couple of early ranks.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, for mage at least, I think you can just go some type of value mage because, to be honest, at rank 20 to rank 25, not that big of a deal what type of deck you use, and you can use those ranks to build up your mech mage later on. You don't have to create all your mechs at this point right here and now.
All right, well, we're pack opening time. Reynad, thinking, what can I add to this deck?
I like how Reynad didn't open all the packs he's allowed to, at the first time, right? Because he wants to see what he will get from Expert Pack. What can I get from TGT?
Yeah. There's one card that I think people don't really they sleep on with Aggro Paladin. It's Seal of Champions. Now that card is bonkers. Whenever I see it played and you can't answer it.
Nice.
Oh, bro.
My favor, you got it.
Nice.
Oh, that's so nice.
TFW, get exactly what you need.
With that one pack.
Is he unhappy for some reason?
No, that's his face.
Oh, okay, that's
his
literally his
happy
reaction
face.
to everything ever.
Oh, that's why he's
Oh,
unhappy.
he crafted it and then didn't need it.
You got punished.
There it is. That's what I knew. That's why we watch Reynad. Seal of Champions. That card is bonkers. If you're able to land it on an early game target, because in Paladin you have so many 1-drops. You have Abusive Sergeants, Argent Squires, Leper Gnomes, and maybe something else. And then you have reliable 2-drops like the Mini Bot, which never die. And then you just Seal of Champions it. It's really good. Especially if you can't afford Coghammer, you can have Seal of Champions.
That's true. It's a good early removal card, but the card I really want to see from Reynad is a Murloc Knight.
It's a rare,
if he's
right?
playing aggressive, he doesn't have the
rare.
room to do it, but...
If it were common, I could definitely see him playing that card.
Yeah, it's another Paladin card from TGT that could be used. I'm thinking about more Paladin cards in TGT, but some of them are just not conducive at all. Like Enter the Colosseum, Eadric the Pure.
Is pretty good, I heard.
Mysterious Challenger, but it's not even that aggressive anymore. Nowadays, it's more of a mid-range board control, and you need to scale very aggressively into mid-range, or not mid-range Challenger, Mysterious Challenger, Dr. Boom, and Tyrion. That's the holy triumvirate of Paladin that really makes it good.
Yeah, not only that, you have to think not only about the cost of crafting Mysterious Challenger, but also the cost of crafting all the secrets that go along with it. Competitive Spirit is even an epic.
Well, you can craft Mysterious Challenger if you get unlucky and open a lot of bad secrets.
One could wish, but Reynad did have a couple of secrets. What's really funny too is if Reynad starts working on Paladin now, most likely by after opening packs and how things happen, because every hour you open 3 packs. Maybe there's a chance that he just literally sticks with Paladin
For the next 12 hours.
because it's actually a good deck by then.
Yeah, that might be a valid strategy too. Whoa.
All right,
He's
we're
opening.
hopping with
Adventures.
Firebat. I was like, what? I've never seen that card before. But
It was a long time ago.
that card, when I first saw it, was like, that card's nuts. Like 2/3 charge for 1 mana, deal 5 damage to the enemy hero.
Maybe just Death Charger will enter Hearthstone at some point as a valid card when we get Death Knight in the far future.
A lot of people don't know it, but that 2-3 was actually a card that was in the development phase, and it was just taken out right before Next Rammus was released.
Yeah, makes sense.
Well,
2-3 with charge scene for
We
1
had
mana.
Alex
seems
draws a
good.
champion for Warrior, which is similar card.
Yeah, but it's conditional and it's only a 3-3. 2-3 is just nuts in my opinion. Either way, Firebat just doing Hunter things, trying to pursue what looks like to be Hunter Creeper and Mad Scientist.
Luckily for him, those are in the same wing, right? If I remember correctly.
Creeper is the first wing for sure, and Mad Scientist, I'm not sure. No, because the first wing is Spiders, so we get Web Spinner, Maxna, and Holy Creeper, and Mad Scientist is in the Plague wing.
Oh yeah, right.
Wow. Nice memory, Nimsh.
It's all. It's only coming
It's
back
flavor,
from the raiding Nax.
Gotcha. Well, Firebat does manage to get a pretty easy win, but the road has just begun here.
Why? Oh, why?
You know, sometimes it's nice to play through the adventure.
Add
Hearthstone just
something
gets
like
very
a 2-drop to
relaxing.
play.
You don't feel a lot of pressure to win or lose.
Especially
Well,
if you play Face Hunter.
Except if you're just in this position trying to get those cards. Where's the Mad Scientist? You said it's in play quarter, so that'd be the third quarter or third wing?
Isn't the construct quarter?
Mad Scientist might be Construct.
Okay.
It's definitely not the
Well, if-
Arachnid.
If they're not sure, Google is always available to them.
Is it?
Of course. Well, they can check like the rewards for each of the challenge, right?
Yeah, that's a good point.
So there's no need to.
All right, so the construct quarter it
Google
is.
I like how Firebat is trying to save time by not opening all the wings here with the keys.
That saves
Right,
them.
but that's still a good
5
card.
seconds
Flame
per
Jack.
wing.
You never know, it could end up helping.
Yeah, you will see in 23 hours and 50 minutes.
That's right. Firebat, apparently we just heard over our comms, he's thanking a donator, so that's why a little hesitation. You know, even though some of the streamers, they're here trying to race each other, they realize it's definitely not like an all-out frantic sprint. You definitely have to take your time, pace yourself, don't exhaust yourself too early on.
Yeah, that's actually a valid point, because if you sprint in the very beginning, that you're just going to be exhausted at like 14-hour point. Reynad said that the hardest moment is after 20 hours. After 20 hours, every extra hour is really tough.
Yeah, well, there's different thresholds for certain people. This is actually really funny. This is Patchwork, and Patchwork hits the face no matter what.
To do it with Flame.
Firebat doesn't have any taunts in his
And
deck.
it taunts no weapon destruction, which
So-
is also useless against this class.
He's racing against Patchwork, and Patchwork kills you in 6 turns no matter what. Face Hunter might be able to pressure, but I mean, Firebat has to really ramp up his damage quickly.
Well,
Sounds
now
like
he
an
has the
okay.
exact same damage each turn as the weapon of Patchwork, and he will add additional stuff in upcoming turns. So
Right.
every single thing with charge is twice the value.
Do you remember what the hero power does?
The hero power refreshes a
Destroys-
weapon.
Doesn't it destroy a minion?
Oh yeah, you're right. Oh, never mind. I forgot about that. Death Rattle is that it creates another weapon. And he gets to choose which minion to kill too.
Yep.
Ouch.
Otherwise, Face Hunter. I mean, otherwise Face Hunter should be able to outrace this usually.
That's a nice pick, but I guess why wouldn't you use hero power? You will be dead in 2 turns, so hero power makes more sense.
Maybe
it's
he
more
hopes
damage.
that Hunter Creeper is
Wow.
gonna get destroyed.
Yeah.
Get wrecked. Wait, so he's got 5 damage.
There's no way he can win.
Yeah. That's all right though. Firebat can always go back,
Dude,
add some oozes
he's-
to his deck.
Is he 1-off lethal? Oh wait, no. I think he got it. Yeah. Oh, that +1 damage on the Glaivezuka ended up becoming the thing.
Oh yeah, right, okay. No,
Dude,
right,
that was super clutch.
super clutch, and I think if you would play the... No, wait, he needed the spiders for the kill command.
Exactly.
Well played.
Yeah.
Yeah, well played by Firebat.
Dude, I was like thinking, wow, what if he couldn't beat that? He wouldn't be able to get Scientist for a while.
He had this game mapped out.
So, the next one
The next
is
one,
Globulus. This one, do you remember what it does?
Poison's gas.
it's a AoE damage that spawns creatures if something gets killed.
The slimes.
That's right.
Right? The slimes, it spawns the
Yeah,
slimes.
yeah, the slimes. I mean, I remember
It's a whirlwind
that's-
effect every single turn, right?
The heroic version of this was ridiculously hard.
A lot of Nax Rammus bosses in Heroic mode were very tricky.
It got even harder in Blackrock Mountain, to be honest.
It's true. In Black Rock Mountain, that's why I was glad that we organized a race there for Twitch. It was like very hard to clear some of them. In fact, some streamers like Trump just flat out quit. He's just like, I'm done trying to even clear this.
Yeah.
All right, so Grobulus, what is he going to give him? Is this the mad scientist one, or?
I think this is
Mad Scientist.
This was such a difficult raid as well, raid boss in WoW.
Why?
Because you had to kite him in a spiral where he left the poison gas behind him, and a lot of people just entered the gas randomly, and they got the debuff, and then they were just randomly dying.
It's so nice to see that it relates so great, like between the games, between Hearthstone, between World of Warcraft. You had almost the same stuff, and it's really cool to see.
Yeah, it's actually.
So it does 1 damage to everything. It's a whirlwind effect, and there's so many 1 health minions. And there's a 2/2 that spawns on the other side, which challenges
There's an
pretty much
upside.
everything.
Firebat plays Unleash the Hounds.
Yeah,
That
that'd be
poor Murloc.
really scary. Unleash the Hounds is really bad in this matchup.
Oh, he's playing a slam bash combination.
Nice, nice slam.
Wow, that's interesting sequencing, but you know what? I guess it works. You got board control, but there's only so much board control you'll need before you just start charging the face.
Wait, he's playing around Unleash the Hounds, right?
Yeah, of course. The AoE is the AI.
That's so funny if he's playing around Unleash.
Oh, that's a ridiculous card.
That's a good combo.
What?
Oh, Firebat.
I think Firebat just got wrecked.
Dude, destroyed. Now, that's the card that
He needs an
many
owl.
people needed to make their control decks viable.
Oh, there's a Huffer.
Wow.
So something is.
Oh no, we wanted to see that.
Yeah, well, it looks like we're just getting a little overhead shot here of Firebat checking in with Reynad. What is Reynad up to? Looks like he's also clearing some adventure as well. Now, what does he want from Paladin that's specifically good from adventures?
Wait, there's
So
Anu Barak.
this is the Spider Wing.
Haunted Creeper and Mad Scientist. still might
He also
work.
wants Creeper.
Yes.
Creeper makes the most sense here.
Yeah, Creeper absolutely necessary. Isn't Mad Scientist necessary?
Dude,
though?
Firebat just got twice oozed with the taunt. Got doubly wrecked.
Forsen is at Grubbles as well at the moment. And he's getting wrecked as well.
Oh man.
Oh my god, the Great Wall of Oozes. How do you even get past this Firebat? He doesn't have enough sciences, and he doesn't have AoE at all.
He basically needs
gosh.
to draw Unleash the Hound, then hope for.
Well, he can use the hero power.
The amazing thing is that minions that he plays most likely will end up dying too because of the hero power.
Grubbles plays around Snake Trap too.
Dude, what a godly level player.
I'm pretty sure Grobulus map hacks. He knows the secrets.
Map hacks.
Imagine Grubulus playing at BlizzCon.
He's the best player in the world. He's so next level.
Yeah, now that Patron has been nerfed.
Goodness.
And he has
gracious.
unique cards for himself too. Not accessible to anyone else.
That's true.
This is an advantage.
Well, actually, I think Patron actually counters him because of the one
The
AoE
AoE.
effects.
Yeah.
So now that Patron has been nerfed, he's actually like the best hero to use.
Awesome.
Oh, you're right.
Grubulus, the next world champion.
Grobulus, use those decks if you want to be able to go through it. This is us back on the couch. We're just getting comfortable. Hope you guys are enjoying it too. Let's check in with Mr. Sebastian Force. He just cleared one wing of an X-Ram. This looks like he's going for the Mad Scientist as well. Can he take down Grobulus? He did! What a
And
boss.
he wants the zombie chow, if I recall correctly. Right, he's playing mage, so
Yeah.
I would want to play
Right.
zombie chow.
Maybe, what is he going for? Kel'Thuzad or?
Oh no, he just got his Mad
No,
Scientist.
Mad Scientist.
in
I'm sure
mage.
that's something you want to stop playing at that point.
Yeah.
To preserve time.
Let's take a look at his deck. What kind of deck is it? Is it more of like a
It's a
value
custom
deck?
mage.
It has to be. It has to be tempo. He has to also go through Blackrock and clear the Flame Waker one, if he wants to get that tempo mage. But what's also tricky is that you need to get some cards that really synergize well with it. So you have to pick up some cards that give you other cheap spells, or like get the Clockwork Gnomes and whatnot in it too.
There's Thoresen and Patron.
Class challenges. Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah,
You have to clear
there are
in-
always two
so,
classes
yeah,
in each wing,
For each, you have to clear the entire wing to unlock the class challenge.
and those are only two class challenges. So
Right.
now he has to check which wing
The mage,
has the mage one.
the mage card in next games was duplicate, I believe.
Yes, and that's really useful when you have the mad scientist and you play a tempo mage.
Yeah, in the early ranks, I think the card is pretty good.
Yep. You can
Yeah.
benefit of, having an epic or a legendary. by
Yeah,
using
most
a
people
duplicate.
don't play around it.
Thorisons.
Yeah.
But the question is, what's the cost? Because if you have to clear the full wing to be able to get the duplicate, that might not be worth it.
I can't really tell now because I don't remember which wing was associated with mage. But yeah.
All right, well, it's certainly interesting. I think Forsen's just reevaluating what he wants to go with. Firebat did end up beating Globulus the second time around, getting his Mad Scientist, which means maybe Firebat's going to start hitting the ladder soon. Reynad is fighting Fairlina, and Savjz looks like he's still fighting for something else here. I don't actually know what Savjz is up to. Who's he battling?
This sister.
Anu Brekan? Is it the first?
No,
It could
no.
be.
The
You're
first
right.
boss.
Oh yeah,
of
yeah,
the
you're
Spider
right.
Wing.
Yeah, you're right. All right. So,
Well,
Firebat's list is pretty much refined. Like, what else does he really want here outside of, like, perhaps Leroy or Lotheb?
Quick
And
shots?
that's
Or is there quick
yeah,
shot?
Quick shot is
Just
definitely
quick
what
shot.
it is. He would take out Snake Trap for quick shot.
It's kind of ridiculous when you think about it. We just started, and he has his deck.
Yeah, so basically he plays that for 12 hours. But as much as that is his deck, it's also his limitation because Face Hunter might be the deck that can't get past certain meta wall because everyone's
Yeah,
being
well,
good against it.
I think that's a
true.
very strong pick for now. And the second question will be, how many cards from this deck will transition to a second deck he's gonna get in 12 hours?
You know what? I have another question. How many cards from this deck will be useful when you switch to mid-range hunter at the higher ranks?
That's a good question too. Some of it can be viable, especially if you just transition it to hybrid. Just slap in a couple high mains. You take out,
Snake Trap?
Yeah, Snake Trap, and maybe one of the Chargers and the Worgen Infiltrator, and you just all of a sudden still have a pretty good deck.
He still doesn't have the. Oh no, he has two mad scientists. Never mind. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You can, if you get the high mains and a second Unleash the Hounds, you can switch to mid-range. You have Houndmasters already. Those are basic cards. So you have those 4 drops. You don't need the
also-
Palta Treaders
Yeah.
yet.
He still also has like the Kodo, didn't he save that?
Yeah,
So
he
that's
did
like
say that.
weird enough that it kind of works in mid-range hunter because it's a beast and has board tempo.
I think Firebat's plan with the Kodo and all the other cards that he kept was that when it goes to the duel phase where he has to duel all the other players, he can actually tech his deck a bit to pretty much face off against what his opponents are bringing.
But on the other hand, people can check their decks against Firebats. For example, Reynad can bring more Argent Squires, and maybe if he gets a Zombie Chow, something like that to counter Firebat.
Yeah, that's going to be interesting for sure. Firebat going through the second wing, the Plague, which I believe unlocks Lotheb.
It has Lotheb at the end of the wing, but I
It's the
think
boss, yeah.
it's actually more important that this wing unlocks the class challenge for Quickshot.
Does it?
Oh, is it? I thought Quick
no,
Shot
this
was
is
in Blackrock.
Naxxramas.
Quickshot is Blackrock.
Oh yeah, never mind.
I think
I believe the Hunter. Oh, what was it?
Firebat talked to me a bit before this tournament, and he told me that his strategy was actually going to be unlocking all the wings that he can in the beginning of the tournament so that he doesn't have to do it later on. And by unlocking everything, he basically gets to scout what his opponents are playing and what kind of decks they're building. And he's going to build his ladder deck around that in order to set up for the duel phase.
That's why Face Hunter.
And Dual Phase grants 5 packs to the winner.
Well,
I don't think we've actually fully explained the duel phase yet.
Yeah,
Why don't
we
take some
haven't.
time.
So, Mon, can you explain the Dual Phase?
Sure. I believe after every 3 hours or
No, every 6 hours. If I recall correctly. Let me
every 6
check
hours.
check the schedule. Every
6 hours.
okay.
First one will be at midnight, and then the second one at 6 a.m.
Yeah, so in about 5 to 6 hours from now, all the players will face off in kind of a mini tournament. The first match will be Forsen versus Savjz, Firebat versus Reynad. The winner of that will play each other, and the winner of the entire tournament will get 5 additional packs. So pretty good reward. It's also kind of a little break for our players, so they don't have to just keep grinding the ladder for a straight 24 hours.
So it's important that they are not disenchanting cards on the stage. Whoa.
Oh my gosh.
That hurts.
And the ridiculously good hero power. It's almost the same as with Grubblers, but it's creating 1/1s instead of 2/2s.
It's like the patron whirlwind effects.
Oh man, there's a snake trap with the juggler.
Oh, it hits the 1/1.
Nice job, nice job.
What I remember from this adventure is that Face Hunter did really well against a lot of decks or a lot of heroes in this adventure, but in Blackrock Mountain they kind of nerfed Face Hunter, and that Face Hunter, a lot of Face Hunter couldn't actually beat a lot of the bosses in Blackrock Mountain.
Yeah, that's true, but this doesn't concern Firebat that much because he wants the cards from Nextramas mostly.
Yep. By the way, I really love the Skeletal. Skeletal Smith, if I remember correctly. The 3 mana fall free that has a death rattle that destroys a weapon. That's a really cool card to have in constructed, actually.
Yeah, I was kind of disappointed that it ended up being a real card, but it is pretty sweet that it exists.
Maybe at some point we'll actually get it. We'll actually get it.
So Firebat's got this game down 100%, Pat. Whoa, flesh-eating ghoul combos.
I've only hit Warsong Commander.
Ice block.
Oh. That's an ice block.
So Nuff is going down. Firebat doing really good.
Interesting. It wasn't been that at all. By the way, Reynad has started his climb. He is the first to hit the ladder.
Let's see that chicken rank.
And he's already begun by what looks like to be Blessing of Kings on a Knife Juggler.
He's playing against a warrior.
I think a Murloc warrior.
Whoa. Murloc warrior.
Wow.
This is the I have cards warrior. He just
Now that's interesting.
That's my favorite kind of warrior.
Mech Murloc warrior, because you have the Dragon Link, which is a mech.
It realistically could just be the basic warrior deck.
Well, the name of the opponent is Robot Wizard, so you know. He might be playing mechs.
Robert literally might just quit Hearthstone from this experience.
Yeah.
Thanks, Reynad.
I don't think this is the basic deck because the Dragonling Wizard mechanic, isn't that a common card?
I'm not sure, but he might got it like, you know, in the open first 3 packs.
Yeah, or just completed whatever. So it's funny because Robot Wizard is playing versus Reynad, and he probably thinks like, hey, this is an imposter. This is not the really Reynad. This is Europe, and he is like PIC Reynad. What does it even mean?
That's played cool, Reynad.
Is it a pick of Reynad? No, it's the real thing. Whoa! Reynad got his first star, which means he lost his first game.
No.
You don't start off 0. You don't start off at 0 stars.
You start with 0.
You start with 1 star, I thought.
I don't think so.
I think you start off at 0.
0, yeah.
Are you sure?
Yes, I'm sure that you start with 0 and then the stars count, so he is ahead.
I thought that you start off at 1 star and you just progress. So you win your first game,
and
then you immediately go to rank 25 2 stars.
We'll be paying attention for all the other players.
Yeah, right. He just got the pack for the first win in ranked mode.
Right, first win.
Win, but he lost. He might have lost the first one. Yeah, if I remember right, actually.
We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'm wrong.
It's actually rarely that we
still
start 25.
No one's going into ladder. Everyone else is still in adventure mode. Savjz, Forsen, and Firebat.
It was completely the opposite last time when we had played cool. Reynad was grinding the adventures,
and he
everyone
played for
else
like 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah. Yes,
that's true.
And everyone was playing ladder already. They were like rank 18 or something like that.
Well, maybe it just shows that Reynad is taking it a bit more seriously this time. He actually wants to win.
That's for sure, but does he even need any more cards from adventure modes? He got Haunted Creeper, and I don't exactly know what he has in the list, but it seems alright.
Yeah, everything seems
decent.
like all of these cards seem like standard aggro paladin cards.
So this is good news for all the people who are watching and they want to get into Hearthstone, that you can actually start playing from the get-go. It's easy to build those decks, and those decks are competitive to a point, and you can actually advance the ladder.
Yeah, all you have to do is buy 10 packs and open all the adventures.
You can even get the packs from like just doing the quests, and it's possible.
Yeah. It's definitely the case here. Reynad picking up 2 1-drops is generally what you want, to just have flexibility to do stuff, but I think he wants to just go ahead and save his curve because he's got some really powerful stuff too, with a really powerful curve with Blessing of Kings or seizing the board early with Muster. These are all really sick opportunities. Jeez.
I was just looking at the guy's nickname, and it's like Reynad is a 10-pack person because he got 10 packs, and he's playing versus 0 pack.
I mean, that's probably just a bad rapper.
OPAC.
OPAC.
Yeah.
It's 0 pack.
0 pack. Yeah.
No, he's a predecessor to Tupac.
To 1 pack.
Zero Pac. He was just not appreciated.
Well,
Neither him or his son, but his grandson.
At least he's still alive.
Tupac is on an island with Elvis. I'm sure of that.
And Notorious B.I.G. Oh, River Crocodile.
River Croc.
Such a strong card.
Interesting.
And there's the best 2-drop in the game. Shielded Minibot.
Shielded Minibot is really nasty just because the Shielded Minibot doesn't die and it trades up so effectively. It's one of those things where I don't think Minibot trades with any 3-drop poorly, generally speaking.
I'm sure that the mage has Arcane Explosion.
Yeah, I was thinking about double Arcane Explosion.
Whoa, Fireball face.
Just to make a statement.
And he's trading with
It is quite the statement. It is a statement. I am very new to this game.
Or I have double Arcane Explosion next turn.
Blizzard is out of the question, right?
Reynad's playing around it.
Oh man,
Just
just
in
playing
case.
around the arcane explosions. What a god.
He's not playing around.
I would like to see the
Explosion,
other player's hand, you know?
Explosive Shiba is a possibility. Small.
Yeah, goblins vs gnomes. It seems like all I can open.
Oh,
no! Someone tell him that evil heckler is now a card.
No,
Wow,
he's just
look at
adding it
him.
in his deck to win all those jousts.
It's 2015 and Reynad's still going to face with a bunch of his cards and weapons.
Pretty sure in about 40 years we'll see Reynad as an old man. He'll still be going face.
Is Reynad salty or is he happy? He seems happy.
Well, he was
kinda-
camera.
He was kind of expecting Green Patron, right? Because that's what you expect if you're negative. Oh, a taunt. Can he go for it?
Oh, man.
Ooh, I don't know if there's any coming back from here.
This will earn
The
a
Gold
tweet.
Shire Footman. Of course, that could have also just been easily paired with the Hobgoblin and the other person would be laughing, but don't think that's going to be the case here. Reynad's in a really good spot.
Yeah, it seems like he got it.
So he's ranked 24 right now.
So let's analyze it. Is he getting an actual advantage because he is grinding right now instead of trying to get the cards for adventure modes?
Wait, he's ranked 25. I mean, he still earns gold, right? A little gold, amount of gold for the first pack. And he'll also, if I recall correctly, do 1 hidden quest for additional 100 gold.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense.
It is stars, and the thing is, like, 24 hours is actually a really long period of time. But if we go back to the previous event, there was the last hour, and the players were still trying to get the stars, and the time was running out. So the fact that he's actually getting ranks right now might matter.
All right, we're taking a look at Forsen's deck,
So
and
he's playing Zoo Mage?
yeah, I think this is the only type of mage you can honestly play at this point of the game.
I love the Elven Archers in the deck.
Also,
They're, like, super efficient. It's pink on legs. Hero power on legs.
yeah, it used to be like a card that people actually used. In one of the first decks ever in Hearthstone, Kayuki's Control Paladin, it features an Elven Archer.
In the
That's
early
really
versions of
interesting.
Sue as well, I think. Elven Archer was at some point a playable card.
I definitely feel that the Torn Warrior probably doesn't belong in this deck. There has to be a better option.
The Torn
Firebat
Warrior.
just
I mean-
finished the wing, got the low tap, and opened the Hunter challenge.
Is there a Fel Reaver for Firebat? No, Savjz.
Yeah.
What is the Hunter challenge though?
Web spinner.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, so that's like the card for the mid-range hunter, which he might use.
If you just
Later on.
compare Firebat's current deck to Forsen's current deck, you can just see such a world of difference. Firebat pretty much has all the cards he wants for his deck. Phase Hunter just costs so little. Meanwhile, Forsen, he has to play with like this crap, to be
Oh,
honest.
come on, Forsen counters Firebat here easily. Look at he has Ooze for Firebat's weapons. He has Mind Control Tech if Firebat has 4 charge minions on the board, so that he can steal one and charge it another. He can Fireball Wolf Rider, you know.
Yeah, Water Elemental, pretty good against Hunter in general, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, Monk. Like basically, it's just a collection of weird cards. But this is what you have to have in the very beginning, and Mage is a really decent class overall.
Overall, though, when you think about the classes that each player picked, Firebat definitely has the advantage with just a deck that he can build really easily that's really cheap. Meanwhile, Forsen probably the worst out of all of these. Like his deck, his gold deck will probably be Temple Mage, and that's actually pretty expensive with all the legendaries that you need, Dr. Boom, Antonice, or Ragnaros. Savjz is, I think he's kind of in the middle. He would definitely want things like Void Caller and 2 Doom Guards and Mal'Ganis at the end of his journey as the Zoo deck.
Yeah, actually,
but
what's
right
up with
now,
Savjz?
right now we haven't actually seen Savjz at all, but he probably still has a deck that's very similar to what Forsen has currently.
Take it and guarantee himself a spot
Hello, curved minions.
in tomorrow.
Right.
And Clento, unfortunately for him, has fallen short this event, and he will more than likely, unless some weird tiebreakers come up, not be able to play in tomorrow's game.
Yeah, it is not going to be possible for him to come back. I think Cypher is in a similar
So the portal can basically be any legendary in the game, and that means you saved a lot of dust.
Yeah.
Yeah, plus usually you have cards like Sorcerer's Apprentice and Flame Waker to usually synergize off it, so it's not only minion, but it's also board presence and gain your tempo. Only problem is that Forsen only has parts of that. Doesn't even have the Sorcerer's Apprentice in his deck. Oh, he does. I was just kidding.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the... Oh, he has everything, basically. Like, what else do you need?
I just counted. I just went through Forsen's entire deck. I think he needs about 10 more cards to get exactly what he wants.
Right, but in terms of like basic synergies with the deck, like fundamentally he's missing like some really heavy hitters, like if he has Dr. Boom, for example, or anything above 5 mana, but he has some of the core to the deck definitely in his arsenal right now.
Like even the Yeti is an okay card.
Yeah, I think Water Elemental is just better than Yeti though, because it's just so versatile with all the weapon classes out there on ladder. So Cho and Yeti, even though it's the ultimate sign of value, I think Water Elemental is slightly better.
I think Forsen could definitely take advantage of the fact that Naxxramas is available, and he can get a Lotheb pretty easily at this point.
Yeah.
Not only that, but Lotheb is going to be good for probably any class that he picks in the second stage. So I think might as well do that quest right now if he thinks his deck is capable of doing it.
Yeah, that's a good point. Punisher is too good not to play. Takes out the Mana Berserker, rightfully so. I mean, Mana Berserker is 4 mana investment.
Deck looks better and better. I wonder how much dust does he have? Is he missing dust now? But yeah, it looked really bad when Monk pointed out, but right now it looks decent. Those cards are also nice. Having the Clockwork Gnome, maybe a Yeti, possibly. Mechanical Yeti. Mechanical Yeti is a common card, right?
Yeah, it is. It is, and it fits perfectly the deck.
Yeah. Though I think he'd probably prefer Wild Elemental anyway.
Does he? Well, he doesn't have Goblin Blast Mages, right?
No Blast Mages, but Blast Mage doesn't play in this deck mostly.
But he plays Clockwork Gnomes, and he might have Mechanical Yetis, and he has 2 Pilot Shredders.
Yeah, you still probably don't play Blast Mage. But I agree with Water Elemental with Monk, because if there's a lot of Paladins, you probably want to have Water Elemental to stop True Silver Champion, or even like Light Justice. Or maybe people will play Patron,
Yeah.
just to give it farewell.
Yeah. I mean, I think one of the biggest benefits of Mechanical Yeti is that it gives you a spare part for Archmage Antonidas normally, but without Archmage Antonidas in this deck, it's probably less valuable. You just want the stronger minions overall, and Water Elemental is definitely one of them.
It's true, and if he wants to be aggressive enough, he can try to go the true aggro route. Since he's curving so low, he could just do like ice lances, for example, and just try to go all balls to the wall aggro.
Yeah, he has no end game actually, right? Like he just needs to win with the cards he has. There's Arcane Intellect, so he has some job, but normally in this deck you have Lothab, you have Azure Drakes, you have Dr. Boom, you have Antonidas or Ragnaros.
Or Ronin.
Or Ronin, yes.
Yeah, well, he's missing that, and his plan is just to out-tempo and end the game by turn 7, I would say. Just to finish it as soon as possible. What he might do is just change the deck into a more aggressive one, like more early drops, more maybe more 3-mana, 4-mana creatures to just deal additional damage before you use the fireball to finish off the game.
Yeah, so as Frodan said, like maybe at the Ice Lances and maybe at Leopard Gnomes, abusive.
Yeah, that's a nice approach.
Oh, I believe we're going to Savjz right now.
Oh yeah, what's up with Savjz?
He's still going through the adventure somehow.
What does he look for?
He's going through Baron Geddon.
He probably needs Imp Gang Boss.
For the Void Caller?
That would make sense.
Yeah, Imp Gang Boss, Void Caller, both of them are pretty valuable.
Guys, I have an important question for all of you because we've hyped Firebat so much, but who are you rooting for? Who's your pick for the final? Because everything can still change. We just started, we are almost the 1 hour mark. Frodan, who's your pick?
Well, I feel obligated to say Reynad, but if I were to pick somebody, I would definitely pick Firebat, because I feel like Firebat, it just has the biggest experience. If I were to pick an upset, I would say Savjz would be the one most likely to upset.
All right, Lothar?
I would say, like, my first thought would be Firebat, because he is a really strong player, and he has a lot of ladder experience, and overall, I just, feel like he fits here in this theme, in this marathon of laddering.
Yeah. I also have to pick Firebat, but not because like he's known as probably like the best player here with the best accomplishments, but rather that after talking to all these players, I know for a fact that Firebat by far prepared the most for this tournament. Of course, I have to cheer for Savjz as he is on Team Liquid as well. What about you, Nimsh?
I'm gonna pick Reynad, because I feel like Reynad is going to get a head start with Paladin, and Firebat might be leading to the 12-hour mark, but then he's gonna end up with Rogue and get stuck.
Yeah. Well, he will ban it again.
Yeah.
You think so? Maybe he will get Shaman.
Well, he will be banning first this time.
Firebat will be banning last, and then picking last.
Yeah, we also have to keep in mind that Firebat, he will naturally get advantage in the first 12 hours because he got to pick first, he got to ban first. So if he isn't winning by a decent margin at the end of the 12 hours, he's going to have a lot of work ahead of him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, right off the bat, immediately, Savjz just stalled out, right? Just because any aggression he puts out just gets immediately stopped.
Oh, like living bomb.
That was so awkward, though.
I love the animation of the living bomb. It looks so cool. But
I like
kill the Yeti, right?
I like the animation of it.
No,
but
power whelming kills the
right.
Right.
Good catch.
Nice. Savjz playing around those unknown cards.
Yeah, I remember for this particular hero, you actually wanted to use Zoo. Zoo was actually the best deck you could use against him.
Why is that?
Because Power Overwhelming and things like Void Caller, or the Power Overwhelming and Void Terrors, they kill your minions that have the Living Bomb buff on them, so they don't affect everything.
Nice.
It's a nice catch.
Today I learned.
So you can see the pack count. Everybody has 10 packs so far. Phil Reaver for Savjz is also a nice card to have.
Yeah, I like it because we get to see more of Savjz's deck.
There's a Mortal Coil, Dark Bomb. Well, you don't really see often Dark Bombs in Zoo, but yeah.
Yeah, it just means that Savjz needs a few more cards.
Yeah, but at the same time, Dark Bomb is a great card. So
Yeah,
it's not like something bad that you have to pick because you don't have anything else. So I like it a lot.
Is it like the same deck that he played last time? Because at the last 24-hour event, he started with Warlock, I think. He started with the Zoo, and then he switched to Mech Shaman. And Forsen had Mech Mage at the time.
I think he actually started with a Boladin or Aggro Paladin that used the Hobgoblins. he thought it was a really good deck. It had been performing decently for him in tournaments, but after about like the 6 or so hour mark, he realized, no, I'm just wrong. This is like the worst deck in the world. He switched to Zoo. He had middling success with that. Then at the last second, he switched to Mech Shaman. Got something like an 8 or 9 game winning streak and won off of that.
Which was ridiculous. Like the last 2 hours were game changing, tournament changing, I would say.
Yeah, it's hard to make some of these wins sometimes when you're just by yourself, you know, trying to really climb some of these things, and frustrating, and you just hit matches that are really good against you. So definitely can happen here. Interesting note, we have a second player that's also entered the ladder. It's Forsen, and Forsen is going to try to climb through with the good old-fashioned fast mage. So maybe he's got a chance to continue to push through. Reynad does have this lead, though, hitting rank 23 before anyone else.
There's Lord Walker Cho for Forsen.
Oh, God. Lord Walker Cho? Willingly?
He willingly is giving the Arcane Missiles as well.
Now this is a nice pickup for the Knife Juggler. Turn 3, Masterful Battle.
Yeah, Reynad has a really decent deck.
He really has one. I mean, the Divine Favor will not have a lot of value this game, but in retrospect, I think he has a really great deck. It might be
not a bad deck at all.
Might be like so much. I mean, no, maybe not that as powerful as Face Hunter because of the hero power, but at the same time, it's really cool to see that he has a really decent deck from the beginning of the game.
Yeah, you know, Aggro Paladin is really underappreciated these days because they look at Mysterious Challenger Paladin, they think that has all the pizzazz, but Aggro Paladin has a fair share of good win percentages and decent matchups. Especially against mid-range decks that can't really keep up with its pace, they could definitely overwhelm them fast enough.
What do you guys think is going to be the metagame for the early rank? So early rank is going to be aggro versus aggro mostly till what, like rank 5?
Well, I think it's going to be aggro versus people who don't actually have cards.
In the very beginning, till rank 16?
Yeah.
Okay, and then rank 16 people actually start playing standard decks, but mostly Mysterious Challenger, Paladin.
If he wins this, he's going to be able to go first.
Well, what I've noticed is that Mysterious Challenger Paladins, they start around rank 6 or so. And then after rank 6, it's pretty much about 50% of your matches are the Mysterious Challenger Paladin.
And what's the rest? It's some patrons, some...
Yeah, a few patrons. I've noticed a few more patrons ever since it was announced that patron is getting nerfed. People just want to play that deck for one final time. You have a
lot of tempo mages.
Yeah, some tempo mages, a few handlocks, some druids, a little bit of everything, really.
All right.
All right. Well, I mean, Reynad doesn't have Quartermaster, I believe, right? Because he didn't open it up. So even though he's got a pretty dominant board position, his opponent would have to have specifically Consecration, which is really good in the Paladin mirrors. But if he doesn't, then this is a deck that's designed to kill a slower deck like Sword of Justice, right? Even though Sword of Justice is powerful, assuming it can hit every target, you might just take too much damage.
Reynad's opponent is probably looking at his Murloc Knight in the hand, and he's like, oh man, if I'll have one more mana... Holy lights!
Wow. Without a Pyromancer. Man, imagine if that was a Pyromancer.
Yeah,
that would be amazing.
The salt.
So, how much damage is there? That's 5 plus
That's
2,
6
7.
damage, 7 damage, 11 damage this turn.
You can just go face here. It's then...
Well, he didn't see the Consecration, right?
Yeah, but there's only one card, so... If there is a Consecration top deck...
This is rank 23.
Yeah, but Consecration's like free. Isn't it a free card after you level up Paladin enough?
Yeah.
So
this is rank 23.
It might devastate
someone might be an example level 3 Paladin.
Sure. Makes sense.
Level 3 Paladin, so he never unlocked Consecration.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna get Consecration after this game. He loses versus Reynad, and he gets Consecration. He's like, wow!
It doesn't even deal with everything because he has Haunted Creeper still at 5/6. That's annoying. And then also, okay. So it's basically a Paladin deck that found like Sword of Justice and is now trying to combine that with other cards. Poor guy. He's getting bowled over. But he's learning the right way to play Paladin on ladder. I mean, this is a really good deck to climb fast with.
He's just trying to play defensively. With this, he is going to stop some attacks.
Yep. Quick check-in, by the way. Firebat and Savjz still playing adventure cards. Very interesting.
As I said, with Firebat deck, he's so aggressive and he's playing his game so fast. I think it's a valid strategy just to open almost every single wing right now.
I think so too. Savjz makes sense though, because you want to get like void callers and stuff.
Yeah.
And those are some of your best cards, but you can't get them for a while. So you have to play through a lot of these really tedious adventures.
I feel like Firebat is giving all the other players a false sense of security. They'll be like, hey, Firebat, what rank are you? Oh, yeah, 25. It's like, all right, we're ahead. We're winning.
Was that a Firebat impression?
Kind of.
Dude, Firebat just got wrecked by Dark Iron Skulker. Oh my god. Wow, but he still might win anyway, just because Face Hunter just racked the damage. So, is Reynad getting ropes right now?
Maybe there is a disconnect.
No, there's no way.
Our opponent is just thinking about actions.
Yeah, it's one of those things too. A new player's learning new cards, and he's hovering over stuff, and he's like, "Wait, what card did you play?"
Yeah, what does it do?
Actually, sometimes you play versus children. This is amazing, but you might be playing this 24-hour tournament here, and your opponent is just like a small child playing on a mobile device.
Well, aren't we all children at heart?
Oh! Whoa!
Awesome.
Good thing Reynad didn't go in really hard with a 22 damage hit, because he would have also tied. Eye for an eye. Now that is next level.
An example, you use the... What's the name of the card? 5 mana, deals X damage from
Holy Wrath.
Holy Wrath, and you get Molten Giant and deal 20 damage, and then it's eye for an eye. Perfect scenario for a tournament.
Exactly. Well, Reynad's on a winning streak for the first time in 2015. So, a very good start off to the streamathon here.
Whoa, what a pack! He did get Spider Tank and Piloted Shredder in one pack.
Pilot Shredder's pretty huge.
Yeah, the second Pilot Shredder.
You get a second Pilot Shredder.
And an Anoitron.
Anoitron can be pretty huge. So if you also play a mech deck, he definitely has the ground roots
Mech
to be
Paladin?
there.
Well,
or maybe he'll get the mech class for the second 24.
Yeah.
Mech Paladin's not bad. You have mini bots.
Yeah. I like the fact that Reynad is actually grinding right now, going through ladder, because he's getting ahead, so he's escaping Firebat. There is like a less risk of actually facing Firebat and losing to face Hunter and then being forced to disenchant the card.
Can you imagine if some people are just trying to snipe you at like rank 22 right now? Because
they make new accounts
generally are pretty
really fast.
live. Yeah.
Our viewers are like, yeah, let's get the chicken ranks.
So they concede like 20 times in a row and get to rank 23.
No doubt.
If you were really tryharding this tournament, you could hire like a bunch of people to make new accounts and snipe the various streamers.
Oh, let's say that.
Wow, that's a very costly victory. You might have to just shell out all of your tournament winnings on that alone. Whoa! Savjz opened the legendary. It is the Faux Reaper 3000?
Which is a
4,000.
neutral legendary, so it's playable.
He can play Mech Priest now for sure.
Faux Reaper 400 Dust.
Oh, the reason why players are opening their packs, by the way, is because it's the
first hour.
The first hour ends, therefore they open 3 packs.
And they can choose from the array of packs, so Expert, Goblin vs Gnomes, and Grand Tournament. But also that we have something that we have to say is, after a few hours, the player that is first in the ladder gets 5 packs, right? Then it's 4 free and 2 for the last place, if I remember correctly.
Let's actually double check it just to. Monk, do you have stats on that?
Oh, let me check.
Oh, Lothar does.
I'll just, log into my email with the rule set.
Overall, the players will be getting a lot of packs, and remember, guys, you can help as well. We'll have the social media packs from the players from time to time, and we have the duels. When the players randomly face each other, they will not get any packs, but then you can disenchant the card of the loser. So a lot of ways to interact with the collection.
Now, I wasn't here last time, but how many times did players actually hit each other on ladder?
A lot.
It was in the very beginning. I agree, it was a lot in the end, but in the very beginning, I think it was like 3 really important times, and then there was like 5 more.
If I remember correctly, Kunken had to disenchant twice and Antonidas.
I think he had twice or 3 times even.
Yeah, I think it was
ridiculous.
twice that he had to disenchant because he lost 2 games. Poor guy.
Forsen was literally sniping him at some point. Forsen was like standing behind him, waiting for Kungen to queue, and then running to his PC and trying to play as well.
Well, then don't you have to consider that Firebat, again, he has advantage because he doesn't really care if any of his Hunter cards get disenchanted. He can just remake it right away, whereas Savjz, if Melganis gets disenchanted, that's huge for him.
Can you disenchant Haunting Creepers?
Oh no.
It's like you have to do the adventure mode again.
Yeah, it feels really bad. Well, looking back at Forsen, by the way, Forsen's at rank 25 as well, so he's just starting his climb. Savjz and Firebat has yet to touch the ladder. Whoa! We said Consecration doesn't really come out here, but are you sure? Next level strats. Now, if you attach Blessing of Kings to that Storm and Night...
Forsen's so frustrated about it.
Yeah, he's tilted.
How can you even deal with the 2-5?
Well, you have Mirror Image.
Yeah. We should also keep track of how fast each player loses his first match.
This is really interesting to see, like, how one player reacts to a tempo mage play.
So I just checked. Every third hour, the player in last position will be awarded with extra packs as follows. The fourth place will get 4 packs, third place 3 packs, second place 2 packs, and first place 0 packs.
Nice. So we support the players who are behind. So Firebat is positioning himself to be behind.
On the level mode, and now Taz has to respond.
So you have to basically purposely play yourself to be lower than...
Might be willing to wait until turn 5 to pull the trigger on that combo.
At least not right
play
now.
the Shredder on 3.
He's definitely doing the strategy
instead of trying to go for
making sure that he's going to be well equipped.
I was just considering if he goes face and lets left gnome die, but this noble sacrifice can hit some better target.
Definitely Reynad, which
than just the left gnome. Haunted Creeper's a nice card to counteract this noble sacrifice because Knife Juggler can complement it really well. But there's also, like you said, with the coin, you can have a turn for Knife Juggler, unleash the Hound's turn. There's a lot of things for Tyson to consider.
What I like about this, I mean, Dog, will he just spot the spider to prevent the juggler, or will he not? I think there's a good argument to be made for that, because it would really be crippling if it were to happen, or if for instance,
just misplay from Basset.
Oh, the punish!
That's too bad.
The super punish.
33 hours complement it really well. But there's also, like you said, with the coin, you can have a turn for Knife Juggler, unleash the Hound's turn. There's a lot of things.
But now, wow, literally, like, you know, this is like Ravenhold Assassin level. 7 attack Mana Worm. It's like, where's the madness?
It lacks the stealth and 2 HP, but it's.
I mean, that Mana Worm's hitting as hard as Boom. No!
Is this Bucharest all over
Forsen! Stop ruining this guy's new player experience. He's gonna start a Reddit thread. As a new player, I find this beard entry way too high.
I like the sequence.
Play against this, jerk Forsen.
Oh, we have an announcement. Reynad has reached rank 21. Not surprising.
Wow.
Probably got a huge streak on.
Yeah, I wonder how he reached rank 21. Maybe through the aid of a website of some kind. I can't. It doesn't come to mind immediately. I have to ask him later about it.
Win streak bonus for Forsen.
There it is.
Oh, you got a mount!
Yeah, he gets a mount for playing a few games of
Can he
Hearthstone.
switch now?
Yeah, I can go to Heroes.
Yeah, that's a.
It didn't say how far they had to go up the ranks, right? If he gets rank 1 in Heroes, maybe he wins the tournament.
I think that's a WoW mount, actually. The
is it a WoW mount?
The Hearthstone Steed,
Well, you can create a new character in WoW. Just,
so
raid.
The funny thing is, which is faster to climb to rank 1, in Hearthstone or Heroes? I'm not sure.
No idea.
You can play
Time
Hearthstone
for-
in WoW, actually. Did you know that?
Forcing to open some packs, by the way.
Oh, nice.
What did he get?
Got the Juggler
And
off of 1.
No, wait.
Not really the most appealing pack openings right now. But he gets to open one more.
Forsen trying to get gadgets and auctioneer.
Oh, an epic.
Oh, that might actually be good in the early ranks.
No, don't be silly.
Artosis is not playing on ladder right now.
At least not in 2015.
There's Murloc Knight.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, I just mentioned that in WoW you can actually play Hearthstone as well. Did you guys know that? Like you can, Forsen got a Hearth Steed, so he can log into WoW and then go build a garrison. And there's even Ben Brode selling Hearthstone cards.
Yeah, Ben Brode is a character in WoW. Looks like Firebat finally hit the grind. He's gonna start climbing from rank 25.
And he's facing a rogue.
Yeah, right now he's ranked number 3. The graphic you see at the top is where he is ranked out of the 4 players. So he's 3rd because Savjz hasn't even started, and it shows his current rank in Hearthstone, which is 25. It just got started.
So this time Savjz is taking the Reynad approach for the start of the marathon. I'm really curious to see when he will start actually playing ladder.
I mean, Warlock does have a lot of cards that might. Wow! Wow! That next level play, not even killing the abusive sergeant.
Sinister Strike.
Sinister Strike. It has to be Sinister Strike.
No! What is that play?
Zora, what did you do?
No! Firebat. Ruining the new player experience since 2015.
He's just playing Arcane Golem on turn 3. He doesn't care. Someone just lost the coin.
That guy is literally like learning Hearthstone for the first time on his iPad. Like, oh my god, what does this card do? Oh, I want to gain a mana crystal. Wait, only this turn. And Firebat's just killing him relentlessly with one of the most ridiculously powerful decks in the early game.
Never could see. Oh, there's that's actually a good card.
That's a good card, yeah.
No, if only he had some way to get past it very effortlessly. And yeah.
Well, click command, trade with scientist, give face.
Yeah, literally everything gets past here. Mad scientist. Guys, like, I want to play with that card. That card seems fair.
Explosive Trap will be good versus the Wolf Rider that's going to come to face. From Zora.
Well, Zora literally has way too many cards. You need like Fan of Knives right now, but even then, doesn't have enough to survive.
Sap for Arcane Golem?
Yes. Yeah, Sap on the Arcane Golem, which should stop the bleeding just for a little bit, but in the end, not really, because the basic Rogue deck has like all those other cards like Bloodfin Raptor and stuff. Oh god.
He just rifled.
Oh, he shot the Haunted Creeper.
Yeah. He is preparing for Fan of Knives.
Yeah, he's setting up the fan, but he doesn't realize that he doesn't have infinite health.
Maybe he has like mini bots. I mean, heal bots. 2 of those, and then like Alexstrasza.
Yeah.
And, you know.
By the way, we want to clarify on the rules. We said that it might be hashtag packs for player and tagging it, but it has to be directly labeled. So you want to hashtag packs for Firebat, packs for Savjz, hashtag packs for Forsen, and hashtag packs for Reynad. You do this on Twitter, on social media. That's the primary way they are navigating through all your tweets. Make sure to also hashtag AcesRog and play it cool. And remember, we're giving away stuff on Twitter by showing us how you're watching this event. Show us your setup, show us how you're tweeting it, or how you're watching it with friends, with family, by yourself, with cats, dogs, turtles, snakes. I don't know, whatever pets you have. You know, it's a free country. It's 2015. You're free to have whatever animal inside your household.
By the way, Frodan, Firebat got 1 star, so you start with 0 stars.
You are correct.
And now he got an Unleash the Hounds. Second Unleash the Hounds.
And golden card.
Golden rare, which is worth 100 dust.
Wow.
$400?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's worth 400 dust. That's amazing.
Much legendary. Wow, Firebat getting relatively lucky here. And being able to strike gold, but he doesn't even need it. He's just saving that dust for later. Literally be able to craft almost any card he wants to.
This is why I was so
help his
surprised
second class.
that no one banned Hunter, you know? Yeah. It's really
it's pretty much Reynad's fault. All right, actually, even Firebat himself, as the first person going, you want to ban a relatively weaker class.
Exactly.
Because, like, why would you want to ban a really strong class? Because you also have effectively the 5th ban.
Yeah.
Because when you pick it, no one else can pick it too.
Yeah, Firebat mentioned beforehand that he considered Priest and Druid the 2 worst decks for at least for the first part of this tournament, and he banned Priest, Forsen banned Druid, so that basically ensured the first 2 players really good decks to start off with. He's also not really, he's not disenchanting anything, or he's not making anything, because he doesn't want to be able to like give a legendary for his opponents to disenchant in case he loses a match.
That's a good point. But no, that's a very good point.
That's a very good strategy. So yeah, Firebat has it covered on all the levels.
Shadow Girl is playing against Firebat.
Well played. That actually was pretty well played.
Wow. Firebat not picking up a 1-drop as face hunter. That's pretty interesting. And he can't answer. He's behind in the race. I was opponent hero power. I would have loved for him to use Bloodfin Raptor. That would have been so sick.
The race is on. The Hydrogen Horse Rider does exactly the same damage.
Abusive now.
As the young Dragon
As the young Dragon Hawk, yeah.
Dude, next he plays like Starving Buzzard and Timberwolf and Unleash the Hound. You're like, what year is this? Oh my god.
wow.
Well, Leok will be some damage.
Oh, Shadow Girl! I just want to see one of these guys lose to rank 25 player. That's just really funny if it happens.
It should be possible in theory. If somebody...
Oh, it's certainly above 0%.
Let's say someone didn't play a ladder for a whole month and he has the whole collection.
Yeah,
and he starts from rank 25 with a Contra Warrior.
Yeah, or like Patron.
Or it could happen if you're a Maz as well.
Yeah.
Why am I?
Maz actually did end up losing to rank 25 player with the basic mage deck. And he was playing Control Priest and just like misdrops.
Yeah, he misdrops and the guy like he didn't really play badly at all. The guy was just like throwing fireballs and like just one off of that.
Hey, look at that. Booty Bay, Bodyguard.
Yeah, well, it's so much damage actually.
Yeah, 5 damage to his opponent. And
wait, that's Hunter.
Now he plays Lord of the Arena and it's like he has to go through that too. Oh no, he can just kill Command it.
Firebat is behind.
He's behind in health. Now I'm waiting for Shadow Girl to play her Wolf Rider.
Double Wolf Rider.
Here we go. Oh, whoa!
That's a good cut. Whoa! That's ridiculous.
Get destroyed. He's making a concede. No, he threw his own recall. Okay.
Yeah.
Dang.
That was so close of getting a concede.
It's like, wow, you concede against the rank 25 player.
That would be a second Anarchon from the Palter Shredder, I'm sure of it.
Yeah, or like Doomsday or something stupid.
The thing is, Firebat won only 1 game so far, so he doesn't
he might
have
just
the
face.
win
It's
streak
like
yet.
too complicated to deal with it. Dude, I want multi-shot to come out right now.
Or Power Shot.
Multi-shot.
Power Shot is an option.
No, multi-shot's more funny because it's the basic card, and you don't expect it to be good.
Okay, yeah, good point.
And in this scenario, it just like happens to help him push for damage.
Double Elven Archer.
What about Cobra Shot?
Cobra Shot would also equally be hilarious. No!
No, don't do this! Kill the beast! Kill the beast! Shadow Girl!
Yeah!
Oh, he heard us.
Shadow Girl. She.
It's the Shadow Girl.
It's a
BlizzCon
girl.
champion
Everyone...
2016. I mean, it starts off learning Hearthstone here in its infancy through mobile or your friends. You just go on the App Store and you see recommendations, editor's choice. But it's going to be the beginning of a journey to dethroning the 2014 champion, becoming the 2016 champion.
He has to deal with the Koran now.
Now Firebat has to trade.
Well, why?
He has to kill Command.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more
Dude, he's
sense.
not playing around Houndmaster!
Chasm Mystic!
Houndmaster!
Chasm Mystic.
Houndmaster right
Flare.
now, please.
Hamas would be so good.
Oh, man.
Is there
Savjz
Still playing
adventure. I thought he
yeah.
just started his adventure. I thought he started his rank as well. Reynad going strong at rank 20. Houndmaster. No! No!
That's disastrous.
An attack. That might be Snake
She
Trap.
thinks it might be some other trap. It's definitely not Snipe. Dude, what if Shadow Girl was like, oh, this is definitely like Snake Trap?
This has to be Freezing Trap.
Or maybe she's like, what does this
Wow,
even
she
do?
might even play around misdirection by attacking with the boar. She's playing so smart except for the very obvious one. Oh,
That's sad.
man, she thought really hard about that turn too.
She's probably thinking, so unlucky.
Wow.
What is the RNG?
Yeah, this game takes no skill. It's all random. Random traps. Well, Firebat realistically didn't have much of a chance to lose this one.
Well,
He
it's
almost
still
conceded.
5 damage. Still 5 damage per turn.
Yeah, but the quality of the draws in his hand is much better. Now, unless something rips off the top here. Just like, she has one big minion that can't get past.
Masajasa. Sunwalker.
Yeah, something like that. Like, she opened up an early game pack and was just ridiculous.
Forsen Max!
That's close to a Sunwalker.
It is a big minion. Can you tone it up? Can you tone it up?
Whoa, she's even going face. She's a really good hunter player.
So wait, 2, 3, 6,
That's lethal.
14, 15.
Yeah. Man.
Oh man, by the skin of his teeth, Firebat takes this one.
Dude, Firebat sweating bullets, getting really close to the ranks of 25. But
all because of that owl
he's
top
on
decked.
the board. Yeah, actually.
Chicken dinner.
Wow. Wait, what? He won 100 games?
That was pretty fast.
Yeah.
Scammers!
How that happened? That was 300 games?
Apparently.
There are some games because the classes are unlocked, so...
Right, so the classes are unlocked, so they play a bunch of games with those classes in order to get ranked 10, I think.
But that's 300 wins. How you get 300 wins?
some people lose really badly against AI sometimes.
Look, I have no idea, but you know, Firebat does have his deck already, so he doesn't really need that gold for now. And
Yeah,
if it's a scenario where he's not supposed to have that gold, he might not just open packs or something.
Yeah.
So, I mean, he's gonna buy more packs. That goes to a stack of packs he already has. So
yeah.
we'll monitor that very closely. Hopping on over to Reynad.
He's already. Rank 19.
He disconnected.
But he reconnected.
Yeah, he's reconnected.
Yeah, I wonder if Reynad's lost yet. Doesn't look like it.
He could just literally be on an insane win streak right now. I mean, his deck feels pretty good.
Look at that. The hunter has 7 cards. And
Wow.
It's a control hunter.
And it unleashed on turn 4. So
that's pretty awkward.
not a very good option to start off the game here. Reynad gonna unleash the Silverhand recruits.
Woof.
It's so cool when you play versus unknown. There's the theory that there's so many people playing Hearthstone that the game itself, through all the information that it processes every day, can develop an consciousness. So when you're playing versus unknown, you're playing versus Hearthstone itself.
Dude,
as AI.
he just called Pet. Now I really hope that he has like Tundra Rhino and Garzilla.
Did the dog answer?
Oh my god, he got to call Pet the Joust. Oh, he wins the Joust. That's double Huffer. To the face. It's to the face both times. Hell yeah. This guy is my favorite hunter player. Plays Armored Warhorse in a hunter deck. Gets Ram Wrangler.
This almost
And you
like
know what's
Hunter.
so sick? If he plays Ram Wrangler and gets another charging beast or something.
But he would have to use a web spinner on next turn or young dragon hawk
to do it. I don't care.
Play it on turn 6.
Make it happen.
Wow, he would just take 3 damage to the face.
It's fine.
Unleash the Hounds,
Is it
possibly.
fine?
Yeah, he's dishing, what, 7 right back? Oh, yeah, so he's good to go. He's got lethal next turn.
Is there any combination of cards that unknown can use here?
Explosive trap.
Explosive
Plus
trap.
anything.
Second unleash. But right now, Unknown just wants to figure out how to point cards at the face. Man, Armored Warhorse off the call pet. That's so sick.
Ooh, there's the
Oh man, desperate times calls for really desperate measures.
denying the beast.
Forsen reached rank 22.
Then he shut
Oh
the
my
1-1.
god. Well, the good news is that he stays alive for one more turn. The bad news is that Reynad is nowhere near out of ammo yet. He's just about to reload.
Yeah, getting free cards, pretty good.
That's still a lot of average.
Yeah, it's pretty easy.
True Solo Champion just seals the game immediately. I mean, what we are talking about.
No, there's no way Hunter can come back from this position, especially if you can just hit face with the weapon next turn.
Yeah.
There's just no way.
So this is actually a difference again, because the last time we casted this kind of tournament, the players started in the very beginning of the season. So there was a lot of pro players trying to rank as well.
Better players on average were playing for sure.
Yeah.
Do you think one player will hit Legend at all?
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
I would love to see that happen, and I think it will happen with 2 players here. If I can take a leap of fate, I would say 2 players will reach Legend.
Yeah. I agree. I think 2 players have a decent chance to get Legend, especially with those decks and looking what they have so far.
Interesting. Well, Forsen is on the Murloc Raider portrait, which is 1 step above the Warsong Commander, based off sheer power level of the card.
Do you think Forsen is gonna get nerfed if he gets 1 more rank?
Possibly. This is definitely one of the stronger openings you can ask for.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that is way too much damage. This mage, I just want him to bust out Freeze Mage right now, just like,
Of course,
completely
Forsen
kill everything else.
is self-regarded the best Freeze Mage player in the world.
Yeah, he is still.
Self-titled best Freeze Mage player.
How much dust does it take to make a freeze
Whoa,
mage?
Frostbolt Phase!
I think it's a
Whoa, this is such a sick next level mage play. Wow, and he plays directly around Mirror Entity.
Nice.
Too good.
Well, his opponent is Hunter, right? Like his nickname is Hunter, that's why you go face with the Frostbolts as well.
Oh man, Forsen's returning the Frostbolt Phase with Flamewaker Phase. Wow, perfect.
So lucky.
And the portal.
Angel of War. That's an epic. 400 dust.
Dang.
That's why portal is so good.
He's the best tempo mage player in the world too. Did you know that?
Obviously he is right now.
Second Mirror Entity.
Man.
Getting good minions.
This is a playground thrashing, you know? It's like not even like close. Like some of these games are just ridiculously one-sided.
Do you guys think the Firebat still has the biggest advantage? This deck looks pretty good for me.
It looks pretty good.
Exactly, he's lethal.
I think it's Firebat has everything that he needs to reach Legend. An example, but Forsen lacks the end game. He doesn't have the Antonidas. He doesn't have the Dr. Boom. He doesn't have Ragnaros or Ronin. And I think he needs those cards with that type of deck to reach the upper ranks.
Forsen takes a lot of pleasure in ruining the ladder experiences of some of these players. Again, a hi from the couch here. We're here at the Aces Play It Cool Streamathon. I recognize some of you guys are joining us very recently on stream. It's a 24-hour challenge to see who can get highest on the ladder based off these 4 streamers behind us. Currently, Reynad's in first place at rank 17, it looks like. Or rank 18,
already?
Excuse me.
19, yeah.
19.
19.
Yeah, rank 19, then Forsen 22.
Yeah, sorry.
And then 25 for
really
Savjz and 24 for Firebat.
Yeah, Savjz is still on Adventures.
Yeah. That's right. So Savjz technically hasn't even started yet. So people are like, "Wow, Savjz, you're really bad. You've been playing for an hour and a half and you can't get it." He's actually collecting all of his cards through Adventure, and we'll be having people give packs through them every hour, just for participating in the race to help them, accelerate. It's not supposed to simulate an entire free-to-play session. It's supposed to be starting from fresh accounts where everyone's on equal footing. Also, to start the day off, to anybody who doesn't know, we had people ban classes which no one could use, and once you pick a class, no one else can use it either. Therefore, you will never see these guys both playing mages or hunters or warlocks, and that's why each of them playing different classes. That's why none of them are playing warrior or druid, some of the classes that you've come to expect.
That's true, and it's a race, so whoever gets the farthest actually, so you don't have to get the legend, but at the end of the whole 24-hour session, we'll compare the ranks, and whoever gets the highest rank is going to be our winner.
That's right.
And we'll switch classes after 12 hours.
Great.
Yeah, that's right.
That's true. That's still far away from now. We have plenty of more Hearthstone action, so we're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to check in and see how these players are doing. So don't go anywhere. See you soon.
I haven't eaten breakfast. Thank you, man. Slave. I know it looks like shit, but it doesn't fucking work. I can't get it on this monitor for some reason. What's up, Kevin?
Doing good?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Really good. I get double flame strike by this fucking clown. But I'm doing super good, man.
He's a pro. Have you noticed?
Yeah, I just did. Oh my god, this is the worst game I've played in my entire life. I swear. Yes. Oh, a shredder.
Normally I'd be really happy about this, but our hand doesn't really have a counterplay.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that.
Unless you're gonna eat the whole fucking pizza yourself.
Huh?
You're gonna eat the whole pizza yourself?
Probably not.
Yeah, so just get whatever you have.
Is it cut?
No.
Okay.
I'm a cat, so not your fault.
You can rip off the top half of the box.
Okay.
Use like a plate.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's probably true. So, it's probably better if you just like...
Cut it in the middle?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of just throwing out
I'm
Blessing.
gonna end up cutting it for you, Hunter.
Yeah, if you can. Why not? Thank you, brother.
I'm so like paranoid of a leash, but I can't play around it.
I knew they would have come with cold.
It just doesn't let me. So Swedish pizza, apparently they don't cut it when they deliver it. Fucking savages.
Shit, man. You can see this shit? I don't think they saw it. Fuck it. I literally broke this fork while I was cutting it.
Yeah, he's fucking good.
I just want to get Iron Peak out of my hand. This favor's gonna have to draw a card or two to win.
Just literally fold that in half and eat it.
Thank you. Dan got us some pizza. It's a pretty big slice though.
Jeez, fucking pizza, dude. Alright, well, I need to go back.
This one is mine, but there is more competition.
This looks like the kind of scumbag that would play Ram Wrangler, so I'm gonna get rid of Timberwolf, and I can't really win the race against Leper Gnome, so I'll kill that too. Definitely might lose this one.
All right, guys, we are back and live from the DreamHack Studios in Stockholm, Sweden. It's me, Frodan, along with Nimsh, and two new faces here on the sofa desk. Why don't you introduce yourselves?
Hey, I'm Soto, and
I'm Raven.
That's right, two British casters, if I recall.
Of course, yeah. That's right. Here to bring a little class and finery.
That's right, some
proceedings,
sophistication onto this casting sofa.
We had such a savage cast before, but
great to have
thank you so much,
chats
gentlemen.
with us.
You've got to keep that up for the whole time we're here now.
That's literally as far as it goes, because eventually if I keep talking, it turns Australian, and then
I'm
it turns
pretty sure
Irish,
no one outside of Britain or Australia can tell the difference anyway, so you're probably okay.
That's right. That's right. And then by the end of the cast, I just sound like Green Sheep the entire time. Well, what do you want? All right.
Mate.
Hey, play the shaman. I don't even know. So we have Reynad here, who's in the first place with Paladin, but that's because he started way earlier than everyone else.
Right.
Have you guys been able to catch along? Or, I mean, you guys are also going to be here for a while too, so you guys were resting. I'm not sure if you guys were able to watch the beginning.
Yeah, we've been out there watching most of it. I thought the pick and ban phase was really interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why Firebat didn't want to ban something really powerful early on because he wants to pick it, but then Reynad banning Rogue is like,
Yeah.
what?
Well, we talked about that a bit, right? And like, if he hadn't have banned Rogue, then say he'd have banned the third best class, like Warlock or whatever, then Savjz ends up picking Paladin, and he has to choose between Shaman and Rogue, right?
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, so it's actually, although
So it's actually
initially
we think it's a good
quite
ban.
weird to ban Rogue at his point, it actually worked out really well.
I think it actually makes sense.
Because Paladin's a pretty reasonable pickup considering your last pick.
Right,
It's not bad at all.
We were also talking about like this weird thing where like because he plays Paladin, what happens if he actually just keeps accruing more Paladin cards and then like can legitimately switch to a good Paladin deck for the second round and even just picks that, even though it doesn't get banned, right? Because most likely you're not going to waste the ban on Paladin.
Well, it depends. I think on the second phase of the bans, the players might actually target the decks
each other's
that
decks.
everyone played because they've already got a preset deck made.
That could be also the case too.
Are you saying they are going to ban Hunter this time?
I am floored that someone is playing Hunter in this tournament. Like, that's outrageous. We saw like Firebat basically opened his packs and then he was done. He had face on her.
Yeah,
like it was just
two explosives and a freezing and an eagle horn bow.
Right.
Like, okay.
Even if he hadn't have pulled from the packs so well, it's so cheap a deck to make. As long as he pulled okay, then he would have been able to make it pretty quick anyway. And lo and behold, he did.
Am I the only person who actually likes it? So that the new players who can just start the game, they can see that even the world champion just pick the class and go for it.
It explains.
I think it's awesome, but it's just a matter of. I'm amazed that a bunch of competitive people got to ban classes and someone still ended up being able to play Hunter.
Maybe they just forgot about Hunter because Hunter disappeared for some period of time because of Grim Patron.
Right.
Well, at least Patron's not in here.
Shush.
I see what you did there.
I mean, what's so funny is that it seems like Hunter's the most popular class that people are beating on their way up too. Like everyone's playing against Hunter right now. It's like Reynad's killing Hunters, Forsen's killing Hunters.
Yeah, I think to be fair, when you look at some of the level of the players here versus the rank 25 chickens.
Bestial Wrath.
Hey, that's a good card, right?
And he traded. He's about to draw High Main with this.
Zero mana.
Oh, that tempo play though.
Well,
Bestial Wrath's a decent card, right? Like, it's an abusive sergeant, but instead of a 2/1, you get to keep whatever beast you cast it on.
Gazrilla.
That's fine.
So
it's just when you Bestial Wrath to face, it might not be quite as good as an abusive sergeant. But
actually, there's a really good beast against it right now. It's not Acid Maw, it's the Dread Scale.
Yeah, the 1 damage to everything on the board at the end of the turn.
Yeah,
that's not too bad versus Paladin, especially with this board state.
Acid Maw is just bad. So
terrible.
I wouldn't recommend it.
But Acid Maw Unleash, right? Turn 10 to clear the board.
No, those 10 mana Hunter combos.
Only
that
one card, Deathwing. Might be more efficient.
That's true.
Oh, Wolf is not gonna make it.
Yeah, the Wolf's not gonna make it. Reynad also has Blessing of Kings, so the interesting thing is that he chose it to not do it on Divine Shield because he wants to play around Owl more, and that way he can Blessing of Might. But I mean, Aggro Paladin is just so quick. It's one of the. It just kills faster, sometimes even faster than Face Hunter.
Yeah, that's absolutely true. By the way, I really like Argent Horse Rider. In most of the decks, we have 2 of them, right? A really cheap card that the new players can craft easily as well.
Right. And I guess because you expect like a ton of aggro early as well, like, ooh.
Were you the one who said Power Shot earlier?
Yeah.
Another good TGT card. I think Lothar actually mentioned Partial before, but it can work as well.
Yeah. Not to be dismayed though. Just goes ahead and hits with the Wolf Rider. Firebat reached rank 23, but he bounced back very quickly for some adventure. I was very interested in that.
Did we hear right, by the way, that Firebat actually played an arena? Or
No.
Okay.
No.
Someone came out and said Firebat's playing arena.
No.
He's confident that he's just going to get 12 wins in arena, take all the gold in the cards, and carry on.
Something that like I realized when they told me that, and it's something that
He's
I
so
think
good.
I think people missed out on last time as well, is that you get a free arena, right? But you don't actually have to play it.
Right,
You can just open it and retire it, and that's a pack.
Yeah, that's true. But then you can't open that pack because
with maybe like 10 dust.
You can only open the packs when the time counts, right?
I think extra packs that you earn, you're allowed to open. Right. Like, the first blood pack you get from your first win and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure
the first time you play
that.
a ranked game or something like that.
Do the stars count?
Pretty sure stars count.
The jury's still out on that one, Nimsh. Let's not pressure them too much here.
So I think with Owl Blessing of Kings in hand, Reynad's probably got this game.
Looking pretty safe.
Yeah, unless he clears the board this turn, because he can't use Blessing of Kings if there's nothing on board preemptively, but it should be okay.
Sunbox has some work to do here. He's like, Reynad's coming up to rank 16 now, so like if there's some legend players from last month who just haven't played this month, then he's going to be queuing into some real decks.
Speaking of
Dreadscale. Speak of the devil.
This guy knows.
Dude, he's next level. And then this Hyena gets buffed.
Whoa.
And Reynad,
the combos.
It's like, interesting.
Cute play, bro.
What do you do with your Blessing of Kings now?
Yeah. Well, silencing the dread scale, but
he needs that
juggle. Come back into it.
Right?
Never
lucky. If there's an Unleash the Hounds here, things can actually happen.
Yeah, man. Dread scale. Now, rank 16 is where you start hitting the threshold of like players. They kind of play Hearthstone once in a while, you know.
Right.
It's like they're aware of what's going on. Maybe they don't just dedicate to the grind, but they like climb up a little bit and they end at the season like rank 12 or something. They get their card backs. They watch the streams. They watch the tournaments. So I wouldn't be surprised to see some of them just randomly pop Dr. Boom.
Yeah, and I think as well by now at this point in the game's life, these guys will probably have full decks, like all legendaries, everything, actual net decked properly. So that could be a bit of a tough one, but this game's just getting crazier and crazier.
Right.
This Hyena's getting a little bit big.
Oh man, making the trades.
He
needs one charger.
Is Reynad running a Consecrate?
That works too.
No.
True Silver counts as a charger, right?
Oh, come on.
Wow. Anti-fun.
Sunbox was doing really good. Maybe
I think he deserved the win, actually.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, I think so. He played Dread Scale effectively.
And Power Shot.
Yeah.
All right.
So Reynad is
real Hearthstone ranks now, right?
Yeah, he's officially where you start if you are Legend and you get rebooted into the season. So effectively, the real climb starts now. But, you know, not bad. He climbed through 9 ranks in the past hour.
Has he lost a game yet? Because I noticed that was a win streak, wasn't it? So.
I think he hasn't. He actually.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know if anybody lost a game.
Hey, Reynad, have you lost a game yet? Wow.
Not bad at all.
If only Gosu gamers were counting that, then Tempo Storm might actually be ranked in their top teams of the year.
Wait, that's Illidan for Savjz. That's an actual Illidan.
That is
in an
a
actual
demon.
deck.
And I think this is a Clash challenge. I think this is Void Caller.
The Void Caller challenge?
No,
Yeah,
I got excited that he's actually playing
It's like,
good.
okay, well, maybe Illidan, but definitely not Felguard. Like,
Yeah.
let's not get too crazy here.
What about Shadowbolt? Shadowbolt is alright.
Shadowbolt is good at killing horsemen to allow you to kill Baron Riven.
Remember the times, Froden, when we actually played Shadowbolt as a legit card?
Yeah, and Handlock. That was really funny back in the day.
How many years ago was that?
You know, Shadowbolt Arena is still not that bad, even though everyone kind of
yeah.
makes fun of it. Well, wow.
That's
I agree.
Good
So these are just like, wow, that was terrible.
Awkward
Couldn't agree more.
Hearthstone, not a game that's famous for its high quality AI.
Well, some of them make some baffling plays, like mind controlling 1/1s.
Right.
Yeah.
To be fair, this is normal. So the hard mode is much more hard.
Yeah,
He was ready for the Illidan, though.
But
Pulled it from the Void Caller straight into Shadow Word
man.
Death.
If only they gave Mysterious Challenger to Baron Rivendare. He'd be so much better.
Yeah. Oh, so he's picking a nice demon there.
Yes, and he knows he can come back with Avenge or Redemption, and wow, he's about to pull out another demon, Felguard.
He's going to lose the mana crystal.
And it gets Repentance. See, look, Baron Rivendare was doing this before it was cool. He was playing Repentance in his deck before Mysterious Challenger came out.
He's a hipster Secret Paladin. And, well, Savjz doesn't have lethal just yet.
If Baron Rivendare will be a demon,
why not just Doomguard? I guess you're just afraid of
Drain
removal.
Life it, right? Yeah.
Dude, he needs to drop
Next
Fist of
turn,
Jaraxxus
Soulfire, hope
and
it
go
hits
ham.
Sack Pack, and then yeah, just Doomguard.
You do Soulfire and you have like a good chance.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Probably just YOLO Soulfire face, right? Let's do it. Come on. Oh.
No, he can do this.
Oh, yeah, he can do this. Oh.
What are we talking about?
Savjz is
Yeah, that's even better.
Yeah. All right, I'm dumb. Savjz smart, me dumb, confirmed.
Yeah. Really, really clever. Just guaranteeing the lethal there. So that's hopefully the last adventure challenge for Savjz, because he definitely should get Hammond working pretty soon. I mean, Reynad's already at rank 16. And the reason why is because in a scenario like ladder, it's all about numbers. So like win percentage, the higher that you have over time, you just eventually climb higher.
Right. It's all about the clock.
If it's 55%, you eventually just win more than you lose. So
Yeah,
you
it's
might as
like,
well get-
we were speaking to Savjz beforehand as well, and he was actually saying, I'm not going to rush anything. I'm not going to try and like have a really hard race straight, like sort of opposite to what Reynad's done. And he just said, I'm just going to get what I want and then just play through sort of as I would anyway. And that he thinks that'll actually see him through.
Oh man.
We said it, right? This is where the real climb begins.
This is where the real climb
First game, turn 6, mysterious challenger.
And then full tree as well. 5 secrets. Welcome to rank 16,
So
Reynad.
yeah, he
Welcome
can play
to
the
the entire
true
rest of the ladder.
silver. He's first gonna get stopped by Noble Sacrifice.
Yeah. So you might as well test with a 1-1 first, right? Just get all the stuff gone.
He has some
The
damage.
good news is that Repentance doesn't really do anything to, to an aggro paladin. Almost everything is 2 health or less.
Well, he has 9 damage, so he's putting his opponent into the true silver range. So actually, right now he attacks for 9. There is 4 left, and if he's not dead next turn, then he has a good chance to
Yeah,
win.
maybe he's just too fast for the deck.
How much
This
damage is
board
next
gets
turn?
competitive spirit.
Yeah, there's
though.
comp spirit down, isn't there?
50. Yeah, he'd be dead if he left
you're
everything
ready.
up.
You're right.
Even
No, no, with
heal?
the true silver heal, he's just outside. Yeah.
Unless his opponent has damage from the hand.
Right.
Still good odds though. There's only 3 cards in hand.
I mean, I don't think you're winning
22.
this game on board anymore, are you?
Reynad's
Let's be
gonna,
honest.
he's gonna trade 1 and then do it. The
If he
true
trades
silver?
1, he doesn't have it. With the true silver, he needs to go face
Yeah,
with
he needs to
everything.
go face with everything.
Alright, so Reynad's going for...
He could trade and rely on Divine Favor next turn, but it's probably a bit too risky.
With the preemptive squelch.
That preemptive squelch is always good.
And this is where he...
We're going to see the BM
Consecration.
He
What
needs to draw
else?
Consecration or True Silver
A Blessing
or
of Kings.
Yeah.
Blessing or anything.
True silver.
Anything that adds damage.
Random abusive sergeant that's in his
Leroy
deck. for some
Jenkins.
reason.
Coghammer would not be it, but it most likely would stop
Yeah,
the
it
lethal.
stops Reynad. Another Chon, possibly. Not many people play though.
He's ready, man. He's ready. He's ready to take his first loss like a man.
Like, Reynad's concede
Come on, Reynad,
reactions
don't
are as
concede
good as
that.
anyone in Hearthstone. I
Or
think.
like a man who's played Hearthstone way too many times.
He doesn't have it.
Oh, he doesn't have it. He plays War Golem.
Whoa! Wow! Oh man!
And
Such a
people
game.
thought War Golem would never see play in ranked. It just happened, everybody.
Easy.
Easy. Shut up, dude. Right now, just saying that was easy.
Nice.
Never worried.
So still hold on to his win streak.
It's
pretty impressive.
Do you know what the icon is for 15?
It's the Silver Moon
Silver
Knight?
Moon Guardian.
Oh, Guardian.
yeah.
Close enough.
What a pro.
So I have a question to Soddle. Soddle, do you think Reynad will have to make some adjustments in the deck while he's entering rank 15 to 13?
I think Aggro Paladin will be good enough to carry for him for a while. I don't think he'll be climbing at this speed forever, but I think Aggro Paladin is still a good deck. It's one of those decks that, like, yeah, there's nothing wrong with this deck, but you'd probably just play Secret Pally instead, right? So I think it's still a good deck that can carry him. I think, like, maybe when we get up into, like, the rank 7 to rank 5 sort of thing, that's when it might start suffering a bit, but I think he'll be okay for a while, yeah.
Yeah, and there's not too many changes you can really put in either. Like, a deck like that's not something you want to start putting maybe tech cards in.
Right.
And even against, because cards like Kezan don't really do anything versus, say, Secret Paladin, if you're coming up against it a lot anyway, so...
Like the changes you would make to it is turn it into Secret Paladin.
Yeah,
basically.
exactly, yeah.
Like, yeah.
All right, that makes sense. I'm also looking at the win streaks because the player who actually is able to maintain the win streaks is going to have a huge lead in the very beginning.
It is a huge advantage. It's interesting to me that Savjz, we're pretty sure that was the Void Caller class challenge that he just played, right?
Yeah.
It's interesting to me that he's going the Void Caller route with Zoo in the first place. Because presumably he doesn't have like Mal'Ganis and stuff, right? And like Void Caller is still pretty viable with like Imp Gang Boss and your couple of Doom Guards, but you don't necessarily have to play Void Caller if you're playing like a really fast Zoo deck.
Well, there's two sides of it too. It's like he also, because he's last and he's starting to climb now. In about 30 minutes or so, he's gonna get additional packs for just being last.
Sure.
So he could also be playing the buy your time type of thing. And I think if there's a lesson that Savjz learned last time, it's definitely not how you start at all in this tournament. It's how you finish. And he was a guy that was like really down out. He tried playing Hobgoblin Paladin the last time, but he was just losing so much. He got stuck at like rank 9, and then somehow just kind of made this really big win streak from rank 6 to 4 and tied Forsen the last hour. It was insane. So there's definitely the room for some craziness to happen. So I think he's learned to be patient.
Yeah, he has that experience, and Void Caller also has some, let's say, bluff equity. Like because even if you don't have the Jaraxxus or Mal'Ganis, people will try to play around them.
Yeah, he still has Doomguard too, so it's like legitimate in terms of what it pulls out. Maybe he's putting some demons in there just because there's lack thereof. Maybe Felcor or Succubus, I don't know. Pit Lord.
Good old Pit Lord.
I mean, it's Hungry Dragon with
no
drawback. Yeah. Molten Giants too in your deck. No drawback.
Sure.
All right, so it looks like he's got pretty much the good core foundation. This is why he spent so much time building his deck, because he needed a card like Imp Gang Boss, and he needed cards like the Void Caller.
This is a big moment as well. Savjz finally started playing ladder.
Yeah, he's on the board, 4th place.
It's a place still.
One of the most entertaining things is to see what the opponent plays or doesn't play. This is where he Elven Archers to the face.
We were loving some of the plays as well.
Turn once to the face and just abuse surgeon and then coined.
Yeah. It was the Hunter that filled the board up with the trap.
It was like so the cooldown in play. This direction by attacking with the board, and then increasing by attacking with the board. Like every trap.
Welcome back everyone to the SLTV Star Series Hearthstone Season 1 LAN Finals. Again with me, Aquablad. We've got 2 matches to go for today to determine who goes to the playoffs, and they're very important. They could shift everything.
What? Shadow Bolt coming up. One hot Shadow Bolt, please.
Iron Vigao.
Whoa.
Okay. Tempo.
That's neither of those things.
Yeah, now you just go ahead and implosion.
Only got 2 though.
Wow.
All right, so we are seeing some dwarfs. It's not Green Patron yet, but
you can Hellfire. The basic deck has Hellfire, I believe.
Yeah.
Voidwalker into Hellfire.
Also has Voidwalker.
Show me the Razorfin Hunter. Oh, Shield Slam.
Nice. He will be able to deal with the 4-1.
Yeah.
That's something. So Savjz is clearly behind this game.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I mean, it's
Savjz
50-50,
will
right?
just basically run over it. Like, he's got so many 1-drops to fill in the curve too. I really want to see something outrageous from this player. Like, he opens one card that's super sick and just puts it into his favorite class.
I just want to see Gruul. I want to see Gruul in the deck.
But Gruul's too
amazing.
slow. For like, let's say like 6 mana next turn, it has to be something stupid like Mogre's Champion. Whereas like, yeah, this is my first rare, I'm going to put it in my deck.
The Paladin player who'd obviously just opened a Sword of Justice, right? And was like, okay, I guess I'm playing Paladin.
I was like, this card is broken. It's like, yeah, he becomes 5/6.
Most of the players actually do that. Like you do get the first cards that you open in the packs, and then you open one legendary, and you're like, yes, this card is so cool. I'm gonna play it.
Yeah, I think it's a mistake a lot of new players make as well, because you should just disenchant it and make some commons.
Mistake? They think like they're geniuses because it's like nobody's playing this card and it's so good.
Right. Reynad's playing against a Giants mage, by the way. He's playing against some real decks, and he's getting crushed. That's awesome.
Actually, I remember in the in the past when I was playing card games, one of my favorite cards was just a 7/6 vanilla card for 7 mana. For 7 mana, 7/6 blank. Because that was like such a big card. I played it on turn 7 and I could attack for 7. No other card could do that.
Yeah, that's when you first start playing Hearthstone, right? And you look at like Core Hound, you just go, "This thing's huge!
Yeah,
I'm playing this in every deck."
Yeah. Yep. So I still put it in every deck.
Really? How's that work out for you, Dan?
It's great. I mean, I'm not a fan of winning in general.
Hashtag never legend.
Yeah.
Oh, it wins games when it comes out of Ram Wrangler.
I'm supporting the pyramid as a good roach boy.
Have you made it to rank 15 yet?
I hope so. It's one of my New Year's resolutions for next year.
Oh, look at that card. It's clearly better than the new Warsong Commander.
Strictly better Warsong Commander hits the board.
It doesn't survive a 2-attack minion.
Yeah, that's fair.
So not strictly better.
That's the only thing that was fair about it.
But it would tie a joust with Warsong Commander. That's going to do it. Savjz takes game number 1 for him, so a very important one. Oh no, the second one.
It's the second game.
Yeah. He's well on his way to conquering the angry chicken rank.
Yeah.
He's still an angry chicken.
Savjz with a little fist pump there, getting onto the board. All his hard work and his adventures paid off. And that's us, once again, high from the casting. So if this is Sottle and Raven, I said try to as American British as I could.
Hogger.
It wasn't bad.
And this is Hogger.
And this is Hogger.
What's up, Hogger?
Hogger is a card that I opened. It was one of my first legendaries, and I tried to sneak it into some decks, and it won me a few games at the very low ranks. This is in Hearthstone beta.
Do you know who Hogger is from World of Warcraft?
No. Would you care to enlighten me?
Yeah, so
of course you would.
Hogger is a guy who slays all the new players. So basically, when you're a new player, you start World of Warcraft.
He was a new player killer.
Yeah. You think you're powerful, you kill all those chickens, and then you get a quest to kill Hogger. And you're like, obviously I'm gonna kill Hogger. And then you go to kill Hogger, there's a lot of skeletons around, but you're like, it's probably like the area, right?
Very easy, like tutorial boss, and he'd kill you.
Yeah, because every quest before this one has been easy. You almost can't die.
Right. Well, it's funny because I think it's the same in the tutorial for Hearthstone too, and I did lose to Hogger as well.
It's tough, man.
It's time for our second clue in the crossword puzzle. At the very beginning of the show, we issued a challenge. If you can solve this crossword puzzle, you would receive the G572 as your reward. This is the laptop that these players are streaming on, and it is heavy duty with a 360 cooling system that can handle a lot of temperature. So
pretty awesome.
In order to win this, you have to fill out the crossword puzzle. We're giving our second clue. For number 2, it says, quote, "What does Doomsayer say after being silenced and then attack buffed by another card or ability?" So basically what it's asking is, what does Doomsayer say when it's attacking?
Yeah.
Don't answer, guys, even though you guys know. Did you
actually
guys
don't know.
Oh, you don't know, Raven. Do you know Sottle?
I have a good idea, yeah.
And then Nimsh, do you know?
I think I heard. I took them as once, and
I
Amaz
know
knows
because
all those stuff.
Right. I literally have like a 10% success rate with Doomsayer.
I remember now.
So,
that's a pretty good question, actually. It's
I played against enough druids to know. And then we did give out another quote for, I believe it was number 7, but we won't tell you. Just go back in the broadcast, watch along. Make sure to hashtag AcesRog and hashtag PlayItCool. If you have what you think is the answer, if you go ahead and answer the entire thing, it's in the vertical section, by the way, of what we saw. That vertical will answer it. Make sure to email Hearthstone@dreamhack.se for your answer, and you can win this laptop, which is valued at. You want to take a guess? Price is right. What do you think this laptop is valued at?
Like 2,500 euros.
Okay, 25. It's a pretty reasonable guess.
I'd say 3,000.
Okay.
Actually, no.
Okay.
Spoilers.
Well, Raven's correct. It's 3,000 euro approximately. It's worth a lot. So participate by making sure, again, send your emails and your guesses to hearthstone@dreamhack.se. And we're giving away some Twitter prizes as well by hashtagging those things. Show us pictures of how you're watching along with us. If you're have a grand setup with like 15 monitors, checking every stream and playing Hearthstone yourself, do it. If you're with friends, just show us how you're doing it, and we can give away some prizes like a Steam machine that has Windows on it. So there's cool stuff, cool prizes, and you can actually even install Hearthstone on that Steam machine and watch the streams and play along with us too.
Nice.
We must go deeper. That's kind of the theme of what we're talking about. With that, let's go ahead and check in with another player here. Firebat we haven't seen in some time, and he was climbing really aggressively with that Hunter deck, which he was able to secure very early on. And looks like he's at rank in teens somewhere.
17 or 18?
Yeah, we're about to dip in with him in just a second. He started off very strong, and he hasn't really had to open up packs. Forsen is opening up packs right now for his mage, but
Huffer, that's my boy.
Yeah, looks like he's doing just fine at rank 20.
Oh, it's rank 20. Of course, Shield Bearer. How could we not know that? But yeah, we saw Firebat opening some packs earlier, and he opened like a golden epic and a golden rare and just didn't care. He just went back and just queued up straight away. Just like, my deck is done.
Yeah,
I have no interest.
His deck is done, therefore he can sit back and evaluate if he needs those cards later. Most likely doesn't need, South Sea Captain. That's golden, but in the event, in case he does, he now has the availability of just keeping it instead of disenchanting it, wishing he had it later, and then losing some dust value.
I also thought, I think Monk brought up the point, which I thought was a really good point, that it's better to have those cards in like the form of the bad cards than disenchanting them, turning them into good cards, and then losing that good card if you queue into someone on ladder.
Right,
It's better to keep like your raw resources in like bad card form.
Right, unless you specifically need a card in that instance. So like, if you open up Kazan Mystic, for example, instead of disenchanting it, maybe you hold on to it for the idea that you play against Hunter. A little quick check-in for the ranks. Reynad is in first place at rank 15. That's where it starts to get really grindy. Forsen and Firebat are tied at 20. Savjz already at 21, so that's why he took his time, realizing that doesn't have to really rush through it.
Right.
And if you take a look at the pack counter, these are how many packs have been opened by each player. Forsen, of course, getting a little extra edge thanks to hashtag packs for Forsen. If you want to vote for other players, whether it's Firebat, Savjz, and Reynad, make sure to hashtag packs for Forsen. Packs for Reynad. Packs for...
Sorry, Frodan, you're telling me that Forsen has been winning the Twitter vote?
It is surprising considering that I don't think Forsen's relatively that popular of a streamer.
No, I've never heard of him.
I think as it goes, it's very cool that people are willing to help out a guy that could use some packs.
Sure.
Right?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting later on whether there's any sort of pity votes for anyone. So far
there
behind,
was one
and they're
last
like,
time.
okay, we'll give him some packs. Come on.
The only person to not win the social media packs was Savjz last time around. That's right.
Fingers crossed for him this time.
Yeah. But it's okay because there are other ways to win packs. I mean, you just have to challenge Forsen and beat him a lot and get some packs. Or you can get some by being in last place at every 3-hour mark, I believe. Floating Watcher, the beginning of Inspire.
It's very true.
That's true, actually.
Yeah. It's an interesting concept. I actually really like Floating Watcher. I just like this idea of like a card being mid-sized that needs to be addressed, otherwise it gets out of control. Murloc Knight being one of them.
Yeah.
This card
Floating
being
Watcher,
one of them.
Cavalry Raider.
Cavalry Raider being another Inspire minion. But it's just like, in general, these cards that the longer they go under... Flame Waker's another one of those cards. It's just like, take care of it immediately, but it's like, I don't want to use like Siphon Soul on it. So those kinds of cards I think are really fun to use in Hearthstone for sure.
Yeah, because it gives your opponent a really difficult choice as well. It's, do I want to use my hard removal on this 4/4, or do I want to hold off and wait for, you don't have to boom all your Tyrians or anything, but then if I don't use it, then it's just going to keep getting bigger, and it's
I like how your mind immediately went to Secret Paladin. What deck has big threats? Secret Paladin,
go.
Mysterious Challengers sometimes like, well, if I use Big Game Hunter now, he's just going to play Dr. Boom next turn. Sure enough, it comes, and it's like, well, if I use... removal now, then if I use Polymorph now, then he has Tyrians. Like, wow.
Well, Knife Juggler Unleashed seems pretty solid this turn.
Firebat. Wow.
He didn't even wait for the Unleash.
Yeah, that player has been hunted a few too many times at rank 20. He knows exactly what's happening.
Yep.
And Firebat completes his quest.
And I think, have all these guys now unlocked their card back for the month? Rank 20?
I believe so. Oh, Savjz is at rank 21, I think.
Yeah, that looks like a Leponome for Savjz.
Yeah,
so 21, right?
He has to go one more win. Reynad, in the meantime, Reynad is at rank 15, playing against Giants Mage, Freeze Mages, you name it, and having to think around wow, think very creatively around silencing with 2 owls.
Owls are pretty good.
But I definitely think his win streak has been snapped.
Was it?
Yeah,
Was it the Echo Mage? The Giants Mage that stopped him? Might have been.
I think that was a Blizzard because it had 2. He had 2 Haunted Creeper spiders left, and then he had 2 frozen mini bots. So my guess is Blizzard.
Okay.
Because it killed the Haunted Creeper and it froze the mini bots.
So now it's really important for Reynad to actually get back on the win streak.
Yeah.
And he's opening some packs.
Here we go, TGT, so he can get Dr. Boom. Maybe something other way to help him.
Valence?
Yeah, nothing spectacular.
He might play
there.
Priest next day.
Well, he got Shredder.
Double rare.
He got 2 Shredders off, which really helped. I can't really think of anything else.
Oh, there's an epic.
Coghammer, maybe?
Oh. A light bomb.
No, Coghammer. Was Coghammer GVG?
Yes.
It was.
Yeah. It's all the cogs and mechs and weird stuff.
I mean, Reynad was kind of like saying Priest was something that he might explore as well, and you got Light Bomb and Valence chosen. Those are 2 reasonable cards, but he still has to go through the whole dragon loops and stuff.
He got so close to being matched to a StarCraft Pro.
Yeah, he would have been screwed, man. That player knows what it's like to play a game of skill. It's tough. JK. Guys, it's already getting pretty late. I'm gonna be toast by the next time we get to like the 18-hour mark. Oh, Argent Squire.
Pretty okay start for Reynad there. Argent Squire into Minibot. Not terrible.
Can he win versus an absent opponent?
So, if it's a handlock, I think Aggro Paladin's really good against handlock. And realistically, it very well could be.
Wait, it is good if you have equality? No,
well, it's just that Divine Favor is never gonna be dead. Right. And then you're just gonna like have too much flood for them to deal with.
Yeah, because he's already got an owl as well. He's already got the answer to the any late game taunts to just push through for more damage.
Interesting.
Might be Zur Malagas.
Just be Zur.
Whoa!
It's probably
really interesting.
Double Blessing of Might.
So would he just silence and then push with Blessing of Might?
Not bad, actually.
Maybe the owl is too valuable. Maybe he just deals with the 1/1 anyway.
Yeah, that's
Makes
probably
sense.
it. But then I'm afraid of the 1/1 just like killing the 4/1.
Right, he just didn't trade either.
But he values Divine Shield.
More than the 4/1?
He'll do more because he can potentially Bless the Might later if the Divine Shield doesn't take
I
it
guess,
off. So
yeah,
he gains the extra damage later on. And
Sure.
it's sort of making him use the 1/1 on the 4/1, so he's not going to lose out there.
Yeah, he's in big trouble. This Warlock player is in big trouble.
Why do we think the owl is valuable? Because of the Void Caller, mostly?
Void Caller and just things like
Deck.
Defender of Argus. Like, if you're playing a face deck, you want to just pound 3 things at some point. So.
Yeah, it makes sense. So getting a 1-drop was pretty good, or a 3-drop. Either one would have filled out the curve, and now this mini bot basically gets the same exact impact. The whole reason why you want to do this is so that way you can get a lot of repetitive damage to minions versus the True Silver Champion. You only have a certain amount of attacks you can do.
And the True Silver has charge anyway, right? So like getting the minions on the board first.
Oh, the
the
4 imps.
Yep.
The pain.
Is Reynad even playing Consecration in this deck? Because some people don't in like pure aggro Paleo.
It might not even matter. He's just done so much damage.
Just smoking him down.
He's gonna have to spend 3 of his damage killing this mini bot, which good on the Warlock player not to implosion the Divine Shield because we've all made that mistake on the first play. We're like, yeah, just kill off, and then it does 0 damage, and you're like, oh god, I've made a terrible mistake.
I am in fact a moron.
Can confirm.
You can slam it though. To draw a card.
Whoa, Mal'Ganis time.
It's still
Nice,
good.
it's
Oh well, he saved the
owl.
owl for a reason.
Yeah, but it's not enough to win from here
Sorry,
yet.
he'll top deck. It's fine. Oh,
Yep,
That's pretty good.
Wow. That is
What can he draw though?
Abusive Sergeant.
Yeah.
Use
And he
double
has
blessing.
a really good chance of drawing it right now. 6 cards, get out of here.
There we go.
There it is.
Wow.
Sometimes
Impressive.
fortunate.
Was it even fortunate?
No, I know.
Oh my god, he top decked that.
So lucky.
Memes don't have
No
to be
justice.
accurate, Nimsh. Have you not learned this?
Yep, so his second win, not a win streak yet, but he's about to crack rank 14.
It's actually really impressive, honestly. Like, in all seriousness, to be at like rank 15, rank 14 this early on, that's a hell of a streak early on.
And from there, it's just it's a game of numbers. If you can just get to the highest ranks where you just win a little bit more than you lose, you just keep climbing eventually. That's assuming you're playing optimally, though.
There's a frog! He's...
That's what happened. Immediately Forsen's face.
This guy is a champion. He's playing Argent Lance.
Yep.
Oh man,
that face on Forsen's face that look on Forsen's face right now is the look of every player that plays against Murloc Knight ever.
What? Oh man, he's about to get wrecked.
You not prefer the Shredder?
Well, you can.
No, I'd quite like to kill everything. Thank you.
Well, you have to kill the Murloc Knight.
Yeah.
Wow, he didn't kill off the 1/1. That's kind of funny. Oh! Forsen face.
He knows.
Flame Waker, what was that?
The fatigue's kicking in already.
Oh man, that's right. That hour 3 fatigue.
Yep.
Oh man, you know what? It's just nerves, guys. That's like the best one. It's like, well, I'm sure he did that because he was nervous.
Yeah.
So that was like the justification for every player that makes a mistake ever.
He's new to streaming basically, and getting stressed by so many people watching him.
You know what Forsen was? It's probably like nobody saw that.
Absolutely not.
You know what? He was reading a donation and just kind of got distracted. That's right. It was blocking the screen.
So it's interesting. Did you guys like talk about a reason why he'd like go for Tempo Mage over Mech Mage? Because Tempo Mage is a lot more expensive to build optimally, right?
We
probably
actually
because it scales better on ladder.
Okay.
It does scale better, but like, Solo, can you explain how good Tempo Mage will be here at those ranks, because maybe some viewers do not know the deck that well.
I'm not sure how comprehensive is his build. Is it just like a really aggressive list that tops out with like a really low curve, or
it's like whatever you have, Tempo Mage.
Okay, so like he has like Flame Waker sorcerers and all the cheap spells, and then he's just playing like shredders and water rallies.
He curves the shredder, right? He'd like yeah.
I mean, yeah, that can definitely do some work, just because you kind of expect at the really low ranks, there's all the really, really crappy cards like the Murloc Raiders and stuff that like Flame Waker and Arcane Missiles and stuff like that can just farm up. And then even at sort of the ranks they're at now, sort of 19 to 16, you expect a lot of like quick aggro decks as well. So yeah, things like Mirror Image, Flame Waker, Arcane Missiles, they're actually like really, really effective like early on in aggro mirrors and stuff. So
it should be good versus Face Hunters, Face Paladins.
Right, yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me.
I think as well, as time goes on, there's still a lot of time until the first 12 hours are up, and he could just continue crafting cards.
Right.
So it makes the deck significantly more. So it makes the deck significantly more.
Is a sentence that no one ever said before.
Yeah. Just at least in this regard. Wow, Savjz, D ranked.
Yes, I was going to say
22.
Wow.
Yeah,
Whoa. Early game struggles.
Wait,
it's taking a beating.
Can you D rank? Actually, you can't with stars.
Oh no, that's right. You can't.
Oh wait,
you
so
can't until
we
rank
must
20.
have gotten a misreading on his earlier ranks.
Yeah.
Then. Yeah, maybe he's at 23 instead of 21 then. Firebat's at 18. Forsen, as you see, is at 19. The packs, Savjz, because he was in last place at the 3-hour mark, will be getting 20. Not bad. Reynad, of course, I think he's just not opening his pack. No, he's at 13 at least, for sure, because we saw him open packs.
So Reynad first place, and he only opened 10 packs.
Whoa, is he going to BGH this? Oh, never mind. I thought he was going to go next level to kill this Night Juggler. I was like, dude, this Paladin player is a god if he did that.
That's a nice suicide.
Yeah. That's a definitely honorable way to go down, and Forsen rebounds off that loss very quickly.
That's the problem as well, is it stopped the win streak, so he's not doing what Reynad managed to do and really push really quickly, because it's so important, because once you hit higher up, the odds of just win streaking drop quite a lot, obviously.
It's true.
So climbing that quick like Reynad's done.
If you think about it, if everything's just based off win percentage numbers, getting the win streak's even more important, because then it helps you get extra stars that you shouldn't have based off of momentum. Now Savjz hitting up the the priest that used Shadow Word Pain on Ironbeak Owl. He's in good spot. I think the thing about Savjz's deck is that it's probably the slowest deck out of all of them.
But it's really consistent. What I really like about this is that right now players are rested, they have a lot of mental strength, and
they're in good moods.
They're in good moods, and they play the easy games. But later in the day, and actually by the end of the day, oh wow, that's a nice
steal.
hit.
Oh my god. Well,
yeah. I want to say that later in the day they will be tired and they will have to play more challenging games.
Yeah. I think that's something that's going in Reynad's favor as well, because he's pushed so quickly. It means he'll be as fresh as you can be for, say, like when you get to hit rank 7, 6, 5, which is when you really start having to seriously win games, because once you hit rank 5 you're not getting win streaks anymore, so you just have to win more games straight up.
That's true.
You know, if he's going to be like a bit more less fatigued than everyone else, like maybe they catch up an hour or two later, you know, it all counts.
Isn't Reynad like used to the long hours as well? He's sometimes streaming for really long periods of time.
Him and Forsen are two guys who've done a long streams before, and Savjz has done this competition before, so he's more than capable of handling it. But there is a very noticeable drop off after a certain hour mark where just like, I need to take really long breaks. I need to play for like 45 minutes, take a break for half an hour, play 45 minutes, take a break. Because it's just too much thinking that you have to do. You know, as much as people joke about Hearthstone being a relatively simple game, there are times where you have to think for excessive amount of periods of time, and then it becomes tricky.
So you started something?
Yeah, I was just going to point out that like I would 100% be killing that light spawn at some point, just when I have free damage to throw. Because you know what card low-ranked priest players like to play? Inner Fire
and Divine Spirit.
And Divine Spirit,
Inner Fire.
Yeah.
And if there's a light spawn in your deck, there's a decent chance those cards are in your deck as well.
Confused kills the light spawns.
Great Alchemist. 5 attack!
5 attack. Oh, it's dead.
Wait, it's a 50 attack. Oh,
Did he put a direwolf?
He put a direwolf in his...
Okay.
That is
plays.
Interesting.
Hashtag plays.
Whoa, that is creative. That's one way to make your light spawn relevant.
Damage to face.
I mean, today you convert the direwolf. Tomorrow you convert the Doomguard for lethal. Don't let your dreams be dreams.
I actually used Convert once in a competitive setting where I played Spell Slinger and I got Convert. I was able to convert Defender Vargas and then play Defender Vargas, taunt up my minions, and win the game that was unwinnable otherwise.
Oh, Firebat just got denied by Healbot Jiraxxus, by the way.
It's an interesting card. It's an interesting card.
Wow.
Well,
what rank is Firebat at right now? He's running into Jiraxxus already at like rank 19 or whatever.
Jiraxxus has Face Hunter. It's like GG.
Yeah.
Seems like rank 18?
Yeah, so some of these players, I mean,
he's Sorcerer's Apprentice,
it's like you
right?
said, some of these guys have really sick decks now.
That's the thing we were saying earlier. Like, you can run into some people at like pretty low ranks right now that just have like golden heroes. Like, they've played a ton of games of Hearthstone. They have like decent decks, decent collections,
they
golden
win
heroes.
Like 30, 40 games per season. There's been 20 seasons, so it's like, they're there.
And sometimes, no matter how good you are, if someone plays on curve with a full built like net deck, they're probably going to win.
Sometimes you just lose to turn 2 mini-bot. It happens.
Mind
Vision,
nice.
Doomguard, convert. Oh, you can't convert.
So to put things into perspective, the last time we had a 24-hour event, the best rank was rank 4.
You played Dr. Boom.
Rank 4 with a couple stars.
Yep.
And nobody reached Legend. Nobody even reached rank 3. Forsen had a chance if he would not stop playing.
Right.
But basically rank 4 was the rank.
Yeah, basically rank 5/4 was the push.
Yeah.
Although didn't someone hit rank 3 and then deranked?
I think Forsen was the
hit
one
rank
point rank
3
3
and
and
deranked.
deranked, yeah.
And that's where the scary break point was, because he's like, I don't want to lose any more stars, so he stopped playing, and he had 2 hours left. Let's check in with Firebat, who just got wrecked by Draxus, or did he? I mean, Draxus can't exactly close the game.
Is he winning this race? Depends on what we have. Okay, that's a problem.
He can still.
Whoa! He played the Warsong Commander.
Is everyone playing that card now because of the nerf?
Yeah.
Or is it?
Oh, he's racing. He's racing. He's not
he's
respecting the charger. He's not respecting the charger.
Is it one off? No? Yeah. Okay.
So, like, any charger out. Yeah, there we go.
Justice.
Punished.
Apparently, Firebat said that he missed lethal. Oh, because he had Dark Bomb. Yeah, he definitely
Okay, we're all equally dumb. Just,
whoa.
Yeah, he definitely dumb
that
on the
guy's
minion.
like, man, Hunter's so uninteractive. Gosh, like,
Savjz.
I played that perfectly.
Yeah, but just speaking of Firebat, I was talking to Firebat earlier, and he was predicting that there would be legends in this particular, in the second one that they were doing now, and he was surprised.
Yeah.
Like, he was almost questioning the players from last time. Like, why the hell didn't you get legends? So,
He said like 24 hours is more than enough time.
Right.
If there's something that Archon players are like exceptionally good at compared to other people, is like hitting legend really fast. Like a lot of players are really good at that, but I look at like formerly 6-0 back when he was on Archon, and like Zalay and Purple are like really good players, even though Purple's moved on as well. Firebat's also a player that like hits top legend easily.
Maz also gets legend really fast, like when you look at
yeah, well, you know, but Maz is like so busy nowadays. Actually, I don't think even Maz hit legend last season, but like, you know, assuming he can, like all of them are just really fast hitters, but all of them regularly hit it really quickly. That's the crazy thing. Amnesiac too, so. Well, that is quite the opening hand against Warlock, a class that taps and destroys its own life in order to gain card advantage.
Oh, and there's the greetings.
I approve of this opening.
Wow. Nothing makes Gnimsh happier, right? Than a board just full of leper gnomes.
The leper Gnimsh.
Yeah.
The Tavern Brawl, I got Mechgineer Thermal Plug, and then I actually just kept generating full boards of leper gnomes. I had never attacked face once, and I won the game. Just like straight up, 15 leper gnomes died that game. It was so sick.
It's pretty nice.
It was really funny.
There was one Trollden video where the leper gnomes got generated and then duplicated in a way, and they kept dying. It was like 12 points of damage or something.
Oh, was it like duplicate and then you like you play a full board of leper gnomes and you echo and you just get more?
Yeah, something
more
like that.
leper gnomes, you just play them. That's so funny, man.
Yeah,
God,
this
is
game's
so
over.
troll.
I mean,
No, he's gonna double.
it depends how real this handlock deck is,
Yeah,
right?
that's true, that's
the last guy had Jiraxos, but he also had Raid Leader. If this deck has some slightly higher quality cards than Raid Leader in it, it's not
Maybe
necessarily
he's making
over.
a statement that it was better than Warsong Commander, except it wasn't.
Well, he had lethal, all right? He actually missed it.
Raid Leader would have won him the
He
game.
had lethal with Raid Leader, you're right. Wow, a tap on nothing on turn 4.
All right, Raven, you might be right.
Called it. And now just because I've said called it, he's gonna win somehow.
Yeah.
Double Molten. No, even then, he
The
has
leper
6
gnomes.
damage next turn with Leper Gnomes.
Yeah, he just... There's nothing. Forsen not best pleased with how his game is going right now.
It has to be double Molten, double Sunfury Protector, and Farseer. Not even.
Nope.
He's still dead if that's the case.
Oh, Savjz reached rank 20. That's
There
impressive.
it is. So every player has their card back for next season.
20 more ranks and he's legend.
Oh, well.
Well, that's a decent way to suicide at least. Like, let's go out with style at the very least.
Yeah, you clear the board so that way you just kind of die with the Leper Gnome.
Mistakes were made.
Alright,
Well,
well,
Firebat
Firebat streaking
picking up the
hard,
streak.
catching up on Reynad. Reynad,
right.
I believe, just looking at his screen, is still at 15,
Yeah,
so
that's still
Firebat coming up fast
Dude,
on
he's
him.
playing a Dragon Priest, and that's one of the best anti-aggro decks in the game these days. So,
It's like the Pax is haunting Reynad right now.
Yeah. It's like, hey, remember that deck that you played for some reason in the last marathon? It's actually a good deck right now, and I'm going to wreck you with it.
wow, Forsen picked up a fencing coach through Unstable Portal. That is some big tempo.
Frontline, by the way, why is, for the people who are joining right now, why is Firebat catching up to Reynad? What does he really do? What did he gain for like going for the adventure modes?
Sorry, the game through getting adventure mode. Well, you have to get some cards because you can't open up through card packs. So you have to choose if you want to sacrifice time by going through the adventure modes, which also gives you cards. Think of it as just like rewards, quests that you do.
Did he complete like all the
Completed
nights?
so many, and he's catching up very quickly. But that's the power of Hunter. It's fast games. It's good. It's easy to craft. So Firebat knew that this was part of his advantage, so he used that deck to win a lot of adventures. The question is, will the latter half end up sabotaging him because he might get a really bad choice, like Rogue or Shaman, for example, that might be stalled.
Someone mentioned as well, he went after some of the mid-range hunter cards from the expansions as well. Like he unlocked like web spinners and lower third and things like that. Yeah.
In case he wants to transition to mid-range hunter.
Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense.
Did he go as far as Kel'Thuzad or not? Because he spent so much time on the adventure mode.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. That's very
it's something he mentioned to us earlier about for the early ranks. Some decks you can just put Kel'Thuzad in and you just win because you at the lower ranks opponents just can't deal with it. But I don't know if he actually went that far because he got Hunter. He probably wasn't expecting to play Hunter, to be honest.
KT Face Hunter. That's not a build that I'm familiar with.
He might have unlocked it for later though.
Yeah.
Yeah, although control decks in general seem to be something that you don't want to rely upon unless you're guaranteed to win the games. Like that's something that Life Coach said. Like Life Coach doesn't ladder very often, and when he still gets like number 3 legend in the season, it's like he doesn't play many games. He just makes sure he wins every game.
Yeah.
So he has like a 80% win rate, for example, but it's like he only plays like X amount of games. But that's why he plays control versus these types of long sessions where you're playing 24 hours straight. Control decks might be a really bad idea because you lose track of what's going on and you're just kind of not thinking through stuff because you're just tired. Natural fatigue.
Basically, what you're saying is that aggro is easy and control is hard.
Aggro is better to play for more consistency and time too, because like you lose a 15-minute control game, that's 3 aggro games.
Yes. And one of the problems as well is control games normally go longer than aggro matchups, so it's more turns in which you have to make more decisions, and also that's going to have a bit of fatigue.
Just mentally
fatiguing. Sometimes you make more decisions. The other times you draw Alex Straza, Gromosh, Dr. Boom, and Baron and you die on turn 5.
I agree.
You make a lot of decisions of hero power or concede. Hero power or concede. I concede. Yeah.
In general, I agree with Raven. In the physical card games, there was a strategy sometimes that if you are supposed to play for the whole day, for the Swiss tournament, for example, like 12 hours, it's better to bring the aggro deck because you will be rested for the next day if you made top 8. So for the 24-hour stream, if you are actually going through if you play a freeze marriage or something and you have to make those tough decisions. Like we even talked with Firebat before that he loves Contra Warrior, but he hates playing it in ladder because sometimes you just have this really long game, 30 minutes, and you win. It's really satisfying, but then you face something that kills you in 5.
Yeah.
And you break even.
Or it's even worse where you have a long game and then lose.
Yeah.
And then it's just horrendous. You could have done probably 3 Face Hunter games in the time you did 1 Control Warrior.
It's even worse now. Like, I genuinely question the sanity of people who play, like, the all-out Fatigue Warrior on ladder. Because, I've had games against a Fatigue Warrior where, it's come down to Fatigue, the last card, and then, 3 turns into Fatigue or something, they finally realize that they've lost, and they have to concede. And I'm like, don't you just feel like you've wasted 45 minutes of your life?
It's like priorities, actually. Like, some people just
enjoy the deck and want to play it, then,
It's like, I have 30 minutes. I would play 1 game of Fatigue Warrior and I'll have fun while doing it. It doesn't matter if I win or lose.
Sure, In China, apparently the name of the Fatigue Warrior is called Bladder Warrior because it's whoever can hold their urine the longest.
What a name. That's amazing.
All right, sold. That is its new name. Done.
Oh, man.
Wow, well, that's a really big win here for Forsen just to keep the win streak going and keep his momentum. Being able to spot some tricky lethals. One player who was off to a very quick start but seemed to have completely lost his momentum is Reynad. Let's see what's going on with him. As he's currently stuck at rank 15, facing some pretty complicated decks. Dragon Priest, Giant's Mage. Now he's playing Totem Shaman, or Midrange Shaman with Totems. Oh,
that's probably not the start he wants to see.
Oh, it's a taunt totem. Oh, well, that's also.
I mean, that's just as good, right?
Yeah. Oh man.
Actually, Shaman gets more and more popular on ladder.
Shaman's
is it
not
really?
I've actually faced a lot of Shaman all around like rank 7, rank 5.
As long as you dodge one class, Paladin. Well, not this type of Paladin, but you dodge Paladin in general. Because Paladin's so good against Shaman. But I actually don't mind playing Shaman against every other deck. Even Freeze Mage sometimes. I don't mind Shaman.
Yeah, I think Shaman can do okay against Freeze Mage.
Just draw the Doomhammer and go to town.
Right.
So even versus Handlock, you have the tools to deal with.
Yeah.
The problem is, of course, Shaman's inconsistencies with stuff. Of course, you look at its overload. You look at just naturally how the deck has random effects of 2 to 3 damage, or Crackle does 3 to 6. So the inconsistencies definitely make it.
And just even like close your eyes, press totem and pray, right? Like please be healing totem, please be taunt totem.
Actually, I love the addition of Bloodlust to the Shaman decks nowadays. Because people ignore the board. Like there's so many face decks that just ignore the board and go for face. And at some point you will have those 5 minions and you slam Bloodlust and it's so much damage.
Especially with like Tuskar Totemic now, which is a really good drop there, creating an additional totem. And when it does drop Totem Golem as well, so it's always a bonus. But it just generates more board. And like you said, if your opponent just chooses not to deal with it, you can just win straight away. It's one of those
Mr. Yagoo did really well with Bloodlust Shaman on ladder recently. I mean, you say that. Mr. Yagoo is one of those players, very much like Kalento, that's got extremely high legend ranks with some pretty janky decks.
It feels like he actually plays better with janky decks than regular decks in a sense.
But you always see like, oh, this is Yagut's deck. Like, it's amazing he got to rank 1 legend. It's like, he got to rank 1 legend.
Like, how do you ever win?
Don't just net deck this. It won't help.
Reynad actually was building a really fun token Shaman with Siege Giant too, using Bloodlust, and it was rather effective. I was like surprised how well it kept up with everything, and I didn't even run Lightning Storms. It was pretty decent.
You mean the old Shaman bot deck?
Kind of, but like you play Tuskar Totemic and you like focus a lot on like other stuff, but it is kind of like that old deck for sure. And it climbed us from like 9 to 5 with like losing once or twice while we were at NA regionals. So.
I mean, even the example in front of us here with the board state, this is what you want to happen, and then you draw Bloodlust and you won.
Yeah,
that's it.
Playing around Consecration pretty well too. Yeah, well, he does get past these slowly but surely.
He can draw 2 cards.
Yeah.
Problem is, everything he's going to draw isn't going to have enough impact because he's so far behind on the board.
Yep.
And now that he's trading, it's even worse because he's traded and he's still sort of behind on the board.
Right.
And then in his hand, it's just Creeper Squire, which also does nothing at the moment.
The spell power from this Azir Drake is going to be helpful in clearing this board of 1 health minions. That's for sure.
There we go.
Hello.
Perfect
That is
conversation.
Yeah, I've been killed by Bloodlust so many times recently.
Dude, rank 15 is the real struggle. Firebat has tied with Reynad, which means Firebat will be pushing ahead if he can grab this win. And that is where the House of Cards starts crumbling down.
Firebat is still on the win streak, right?
Yep.
And he just got to rank 15.
Yeah, so I think he's 1 star rank 15, and his Reynad 3 stars rank 15 now.
All right, so for Firebat to take the lead, even though he started off in 3rd place in terms of how long he took to get started because he was playing a lot of adventures, Face Hunter is pretty good.
Yeah, it's worked out as well as it could really for him because Face Hunter's so fast and it allowed him to spend the time unlocking all his adventures, so he could have a lot of key cards for his next 12 hours as well.
Yep.
All done, whereas some of the other guys might have to, depend on what class to get right, and have to go back to the adventures again, play through those and unlock more cards.
There's also a chance that he's going to face Reynad now, because they're at the same rank.
That's true, yeah.
That would be exciting to see.
But yeah, Face Hunter not been the most popular deck recently, but it's a tough deck to stop sometimes, right? If only there was some sort of like noble deck that played lots of cards like Whirlwind and Armorsmith and Shield Block.
The deck is still alive.
Yeah.
For now.
And then you can just play Charge instead of Warsen Commander and Charge with Flooding Berserkers. Because when you look at it, you still win with like the board of Patrons and getting the Battle Rage for so many cards. Like some decks still can't deal with that.
You're never going to beat a control deck with 1 charging Frothing though, that's the problem. You're not going to be able to burst down, a Priest from 30 or a Warrior from 45 or something. So
but you still have like turn 4 Death Sprite into Patron, into Inner Rage, and then get like a board of Patrons that they have to deal with. Especially now that people will be like, the patron deck is dead. Nobody's gonna play it, and then suddenly you just show up.
Yeah. Right. If everyone suddenly starts cutting the Hellfires and the Light Bombs and the Brawls, they're like, yes, Patron's gone. We can finally cut all this AOE. Then yeah, sure, maybe it'll still work. But hey, don't get me started on this subject. We'll be here for the entire next 22 hours of this stream.
Well, I don't think we have a lot of time left on this blog. We should probably wrap up that discussion.
There should be a whole like 2 hours dedicated to Patron Warrior.
All right.
We're closing into 21, 21, 21, guys. Just a couple more seconds.
Make a wish.
Be fast.
So think about your crush, they'll think about you.
Can I wish for Patron Warrior not to be nerfed?
All right, Raven.
Oh,
Can I wish for Subtle's wish to be undone?
Wow. You guys
on
are
opposite sides of the coin when it comes to Patron.
Yeah.
pretty edgy statement, man. Well, that was a really bad repentance value for sure. Not really the secret that he was looking for. I really wonder because how effective is Secret's Paladin against Face Hunter these days? Because it's more of a mid-range approach, but you do have more aggressive tendencies. I'm very curious actually how well it works.
Face is better.
Yeah. Face pretty much wins. It comes down to like Noble Sacrifice,
and Unleash as well.
And Unleash the Hounds. Yeah, but like if the Face Hunter's running double explosive trap, they're really heavily favored.
It's mostly to get enough damage before Mystery's Challenger drops so that you can ignore minions.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, dang.
That consecration hurts.
That was a whammy.
Even Hopper died.
Yeah, Hopper is great, but it can't survive a consecration.
At least he's not giving him now the mana for Mysterious Challenger.
Right, just ramping him past his turn 6. It's kind of like the thing you used to do with Druids, right?
Yeah.
Where you'd play it and ramp them past their turn 7. It's like, well, I don't really care. You're going to play a 7-drop anyway.
Yeah.
That's actually how much damage? That's 10, 12 points of damage. With Leper Gnome, Hero Power, and Kill Command.
Whoa, yowza.
Would he not use Quick Shot as well? He's got 7 mana, so he can Owl.
He wins in 2 turns, basically.
Yeah,
whatever
Owl,
happens.
Kill Command, Quick Shot, yeah.
Yeah, with double Hero Power, he will win in 2
Yeah,
turns. The question is he going to die next turn? Oh, not anymore.
Top deck Unleash will do it, yeah. Unleash Quick Shot Hero Power, or just Unleash Kill Command.
What you can sometimes do when you see this board is just not play a minion, if possible. If you don't have to, you just don't play a minion. And then
you can't play anything else.
Yeah, Quartermaster basically, right?
You just toss the Kill Command now, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and Hero Power.
Get it in there. Yep. Welcome to 4, son.
There it is.
If there is a Quartermaster, that will be 6, 12, 15, plus 4, 19 points of damage.
Yes, exactly.
In before the heal bots.
Well, even with 6. Wait, actually...
Is the secret get down?
No, because he already threw the Arcane Golem at face, right?
Oh, he did, didn't he?
That might be Noble Sacrifice.
Oh, yeah. Noble Sacrifice.
Okay.
Mind
really
games. I mean, you do it anyway, right?
Right, it's the
You
only
do it when
play.
you lose. So.
Yeah.
Unless you draw something,
Yeah,
maybe.
Firebat could pick up another charger, I think.
Oh, well.
That's enough.
That's a nice insurance. So you just do it. If it goes wrong, you play Explosive Trap, right?
Yeah.
Right. But then, what if he plays like Dr. Boom? Oh wait, no, he can't play Dr. Boom. Too many minions on board.
Also,
It's
that one
Golem
remaining
again.
secret is probably Avenge as well. So, like, there's the concern that if he charges into Noble Sacrifice, he can buff something not to die to Explosive Trap.
What will happen if Paladin is at 2 life and he attacks with the True Silver?
Yeah, this is actually just the better play.
Oh, it wasn't. He got bluffed.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
He got
that's
bluffed.
That's lethal.
He has
Wait, now
explosive-
if you attack with Knife Juggler first, he dies. But if he attacks with the True Silver,
True Silver, yeah.
he lives.
Oh,
Rank
man.
15.
Firebat is bluffed out of this game by rank 15.
He
Actually,
dies.
He is the
lives
unofficial
again.
world champion. Congratulations. Oh wait, he went to -1. No, wait, he's back.
Yeah, Firebat's actually just bluffed out the game by a rank 15.
That's one of the funniest
Sky Hunt, new world champion right there. Like,
Done.
outplayed.
Invite him to BlizzCon.
Welcome to rank 15, right? That's the tough rank.
Right.
So is that our first missed lethal of the tournament? Can we chalk that one up? I guess we can, right?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, unofficially. Oh god, this game just got really awesome.
This was like our
so
game
this is a
Yeah.
replay from what just happened in Forsen's stream.
Well, it happened sometime
Laura
ago.
Walker Cho shenanigans.
It's like 25.
Oh yeah, this is rank 25.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah, but still, this was a funny game.
Oh wait, Forsen
Do you guys know what happened here?
No, I don't. I've seen Loroka Cho. I only said there's Loroka Cho, but
I guess it's some
just running through some highlights, right? Yeah.
I thought maybe he missed.
Paul into Aviana.
Wow. There's a how do you call it? The cut burst? Cut burst is nice with the with the Flame Waker.
Seems that way, right?
Couple of coins, sure. Let's go for it.
Wait, what? Oh, he's getting more
coins.
For Flame Wakers.
Oh my god, the dream.
Wow, so BM. Actually, what's kind of funny is that he sort of needed it too.
Yeah. Didn't even use the extra coins.
I would have wanted to see more coins.
Disappointed in Forsen right now. Could have fireballed last and just.
Well, apparently, whoa. Very, very interesting development.
Everyone's been banned.
Apparently, 3 of our players, except for Forsen, got banned.
Well, tournament's over, guys.
Wow. Does Forsen have to carry on playing and he just wins?
Literally, we have a multi-screen right now. 3 of them says close, and your account has been suspended, and Forsen's the only one that keeps playing.
Did Forsen plan this?
Forsen was the only legit player, actually. He was really clean. He was, PG 12, and he kept his stream really viewer.
Yeah, they used the best quality stream to continue. So Blizzard stepped in and said, you know what, Forsen.
The rest of the guys were too aggressive, offensive as well, I bet.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, I think particularly Savjz, just such a rude, obnoxious guy, right? Like,
even in the video that we present Savjz, he was like
his act a little bit, if you ask me. All right, well, we're not sure exactly what's going on here. Nor do we know. How long have we been into the broadcast before, Nimsh?
I think it's like a second hour, actually. We're closing in. It was 21, 21, 21.
Right.
So
gotcha.
2 hours.
Oh, there we go. 21:50.
2.5 hours.
Okay, 21:50. So
2 hours 45.
Coming up on almost 3 hours, which would be an important, crucial moment to see who's in last place, get some packs.
So, Frodan, can you tell the viewers what are we watching mostly? Like, some people are joining in.
Yeah, we're watching the Play It Cool streamathon, Nimsh, where people are playing for 24 hours.
I always getting confused.
Yeah, it's just. Oh man, well actually, looks like Forsen might actually be in trouble too. He has to restart his Hearthstone client, so we don't know if maybe there's something problem with it. Nope. He got banned too.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wrecked.
Well, that was a good tournament. I think
so after 2 hours and 45 minutes, looks like Reynad barely edged out Firebat. And a nail-biting end to that series. We'll figure out what's going on. I guess we might have to take a break then, right? So we're going to take a little bit of a break, figure out what's going on here. When we come back, we're going to resume the Play It Cool streamathon here from the DreamHack Studios in Stockholm, Sweden.
My name is James Kostasij, and my gamer name is Firebat. I grew up in Michigan, in the United States, and play Hearthstone.
My name is Janne Mikkonen. I'm 27 years old. I'm from Finland. My gamer ID is Savjz. I play for Team Liquid.
I love Hearthstone just because it's really easy to play, it's easy to get into. There's a really great community around it, all the players are really great, and I think that's really important in the game.
I have background in poker and Magic the Gathering. Also played some computer games like League of Legends and that kind of stuff. So it's just all melted together in Hearthstone. It was perfect for me. Playing computer game, playing a card game at the same time, and I just fell in love with the game.
Me and Savjz are probably the more tournament-oriented players, whereas the other players are more streamer-oriented. So yeah, we probably hold each other as harder competition because we played against each other a lot more in tournaments and stuff. I haven't really played against the other guys in tournaments too much.
I'm gonna defend my title, I'll be able to do it, but Firebat is very dangerous. I want everybody to pick their own favorites. If I'm not somebody's favorite, I'd hope that they're gonna vote for the other person. I think that in the end, I just want people to get excited about Hearthstone and have a good time watching any stream, whether it's mine or somebody else's.
My name is Sebastian Forsen and I played Hearthstone since release, basically. Been a streamer for 1.5 years and had some tournament achievements.
My name's Andre, known as Reynad in the gaming world. I was born in Ukraine, lived most of my life in America, and started playing Hearthstone in closed beta about 2 years ago.
I started playing Hearthstone because I was studying and I didn't really have time to play StarCraft 2 professionally anymore. So Hearthstone was a good natural transition because it was a Blizzard game and you can pretty much always trust Blizzard.
The nice thing about Hearthstone is it's one of the better viewing experiences for a game to stream. There's a lot of downtime, so you can talk with your community, and it's very easy to follow and learn, so most people know what's going on, unlike in some more complicated games. So it has a lot of strong things going for it, and again, you can play on your cell phone when you're on the go. It's a fun game.
My expectations are to win. I'm not gonna try hard, but the players here are pretty weak. I think I'm the strongest player for sure.
I expect to win this event. In the last one, I took a very casual approach, playing things like Dragon Priest, out of kind of frustration with the ban system. And yeah, I don't really feel like I gave it my all, but this time I feel like I'll do very well.
Reynad chances are, pretty slim, I think. Last time he went on full tilt and he came in last place. I don't think he's on par with other players.
Well, you need to know your own deck well. You should start with one deck, don't switch the decks all the time. Just try to master that one deck and try to learn that first, and once you just start doing well with it, then move on to other classes. If you keep switching decks, you won't do well.
Play on curve for the most part.
Watching a lot of streams, mainly me.
First of all, you have to play the best deck. There are a lot of good resources online. I've heard good things about TempoStrong.com.
child of Iris, coming crisis.